don't even know what they are yelling about.
Right.
But he has the money to spend in order to get people that will cause mayhem and disturb civic, polite civic debates, and cause a lot of traffic jams, and sometimes they get even into fights with ICE and the police. So that's what we are seeing, and we saw now that the El Salvadorian who Trump Abrego Garcia
right.
is now, so there are now people standing next to him. Casa, for example, all of a sudden he started speaking only Spanish. He knows English. He lived in the United States for many years.
Of course he does.
Illegally.
So I also believe that Alex Soros, oh my God, Alex Soros is married to Uma Abedin, who worked closely with Hillary Clinton. So nothing to worry about there, right?
Yeah, and we see the results, actually.
Right.
So no, yeah, he's married. This is a marriage
made in hell.
Marriage of convenience, shall we say?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Ehrenfeld, you got the USAID that has been now is defunct. All of our money's not flowing through there anymore, so it's a heavier lift now for the Soros Foundation, whatever they do. What's the name of the Soros organization that funds all these different left-wing projects?
They have the main foundation is the Open Society Foundation.
The Open Society, yeah.
But there are many foundations, and they fund many organizations that move the money to other organizations. Okay.
Yeah, but I guess my point is that it's probably a heavier lift for them now that USAID, they didn't have the help from the NGOs within the USAID, right?
With $25 billion at least. I don't think I'm very worried about it. Actually, I wish they had less.
Yeah,
true.
Everybody does. So let's get back to Abrego Garcia, because
and
this
they're
guy,
not the only one, unfortunately, but they seem to be everywhere, and they seem to be kind of first on the scene in many instances. And regarding endorsement and funding, illegal migration organizations has been they have been doing it since 1995, for crying out loud, and it grew. They've been doing it here. They have funded other organizations outside the country, organizations here that operated in different countries, just to bring in as many illegals and probably many criminals as you want.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is that they can't do it themselves. And you hear stupid comments from people that say, well, most of Americans believe, and then, insert super hard left notion here. And it's just not true. But do they believe it, or are they lying? I guess is my question.
Well, does Alex and his father before him, he's still alive. He just celebrated his 95th birthday. Alex and his father, that's what they believe, that America shouldn't be the superpower. America shouldn't be capitalistic. No capitalistic system. It shouldn't be, democracy? I mean, a republic, right?
Right.
No, it shouldn't be. And so they do everything they can in order to disturb it and really try to destroy it from within. And they have many other good partners that probably join them and happy to work with them. And those are the Chinese, Iran-funded organizations, Turkey-funded organizations. Qatar is a big funder of many of these demonstrations. They don't discriminate between the Hamas, pro-Hamas organizations and anti-American, because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Pro-Hamas wants also to kill Americans, not only Israelis, and the progressives also, or communists, the socialist, whatever, want to destroy America too.
Yeah.
So there are many funders to this effort to really destroy America.
Yeah, it sure is. And you know, everything is happening from within in this country. I mean, you know, the guy running for mayor in New York,
Mamdani.
right. He's a Jew hater too.
Well, he does, and he's pro-Hamas. He wants to globalize the Intifada, which means globalize really killing of infidels.
Mm.
Not only the Zionists and the Jews, it's killing of the infidels.
Right. That's me too.
And he's a communist too.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't think that there should be billionaires or millionaires. I mean, his family is a family of millionaires, okay?
Yeah.
But usually the people who are very active in heading such organizations are people who are very wealthy.
Yeah, that's true. That's ironic, I guess. And there are so many Jews living in New York City. Do they not have the TV on? Are they not reading the papers about this guy? I mean, I can't believe he even has any numbers that he has at all in the polls.
Well, there are, but the Jews, many Jews live here in New York, that's true. But they are not the majority. And I understand that the Chinese have actually infiltrated the city so much that they have actually so-called charity organizations that are operating here and are monitoring the Chinese population here that doesn't want to have anything to do with China, but they are monitoring them in order to, usually they have families in China, so they not only give money in order to get them to the voting booths so that they will vote for Mamdani, because Mamdani will destroy New York.
Sure
but they are working here really as enforcer in order to promote this destruction. So, for example, there was some investigation, there were some articles about it in the New York Post last week. This is something very worrisome, and I think that the government actually should pay more attention, the federal government, about all these NGOs and charities that are not supposed to be political, but are working freely to enforce and to threaten people who came from whichever countries in order to do what they want and what the American people here want.
You know, I would love to see a great upset and Curtis Sliwa be voted mayor of New York. He'd be a Rudy Giuliani type of mayor, and everybody knows that red hat that he wears. And the Guardian Angels, you know, there were more people that were for them than were against them.
Yeah, but anybody but Mamdani at this point, because electing Mamdani will be very quick deterioration in New York, and actually people will live here. People are already considering leaving. Many people have left. This is very frightening. And anybody who lived actually in a communist country, people who came from Venezuela or from countries where there is really law and order is not wonderful, like any Latin American country, and countries in Africa or in or the Caribbean or wherever, Haiti, they don't want such a mess here.
Right.
But I don't know, he's promising free food, free transportation, free childcare, free this, free that. Who will pay for it?
Us.
Us.
And the rich. I mean, this doesn't sound good, and it sounds frightening.
It sure does. The Soros Agenda, written by Dr. Rachel Ehrenfeld. Where can we find the book, Doctor?
The book is available on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and elsewhere. The Soros Agenda, and if you go to acdemocracy.org, you will see more information. You will find more information about the book and also where to get it. So the Soros Agenda, Amazon.com.
Fantastic. Doctor, thanks for being with us again. Dr. Rachel Ehrenfeld. We'll talk again soon. Okay.
Yeah.
How with you guys? The hell with you, Goyam? That was a funny Goyam conversation we had yesterday with Karen. Monday with Karen.
Yeah.
All right, listen, News Talk STL and the Hammond Center for Free. Is this Shaft?
Yes, it is.
Turn this up, baby. This is great.
Shut your mouth.
Hey, I'm just talking about Shaft. News Talk STL and the Hammond Center for Free Enterprise are bringing Steve Forbes to Lindenwood University on September 18th. He'll speak at the beautiful Scheidegger Center for the Arts. We got help from the Young Americans Foundation and West News Magazine and Mid Rivers News Magazine. Free event. Got to register, though, and you do that at News Talk STL. All right, Ken. I just want to say one quick thing before we go to break.
Sure.
Travis Kelce put a ring on it.
Yeah, he did.
And now he and Taylor Swift are getting married. But rumors are flying all around, Ken, that they're only getting married because he's pregnant.
Really? Oh. Could be. Never know.
Settle it.
Let that settle it for a minute.
Fake news is next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Dickheads.
You must have got manure for your brains.
I do.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Woosh. Woosh.
Thanks for taking my call.
News, analysis, opinion.
Radio news junkie.
Love every bit about it.
News Talk STL. For 93 years, R&R Ace Hardware in St. Clair has been your family-owned destination. We're more than hardware. Find Carhartt clothing, gifts, toys, fishing gear, and fabric all under one roof. 4 generations of small-town service with big store selection. R&R Ace Hardware in St. Clair. Worth the drive.
R&R Ace Hardware in Sullivan isn't your typical hardware store. It's a destination. Find Carhartt clothing, home decor, toys, fishing gear, and fabric all in one place. Proudly woman-owned with unique finds you won't get in the city. R&R Ace Hardware Sullivan. Worth the drive.
Looking for a hardware store that treats you like family? Welcome to True Value Schneider's Hardware, your local gem in Old Town St. Peters. For over 100 years, we're proudly serve you St. Charles County, providing everything from lawn and garden supplies to plumbing and electrical. Need a bolt or fastener? We've got you covered. And don't forget, we're a steel dealership. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, ask for Charlie or Jerry when you come in. We're here to help. Call 636-278-4461 or visit us online at truevalue.com/Schneiders.
Hey, Tony Colombo here with Tim Jones for our friends Rodney and Jen Wallner, the Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway, the #1 home selling team in the St. Louis area. And I can say that from firsthand experience. My wife and I were blown away from the results that we saw from working with Rodney and Jen, from selling our old home faster and for more money than we thought possible to finding our family's perfect new home. They over-delivered every step of the way. And right now, it's still very much a seller's market. So, Tim, for folks that have been thinking about selling their home, it's a perfect time to call the Wallners.
That's right, Tony. And don't forget, they're licensed in both Missouri and Illinois. So no matter where you are in the metro area, you can put St. Louis's #1 home selling team to work for you. The Wallners' experience and work ethic, second to none. And of course, the numbers speak for themselves. The Wallners sell 15 times more homes per year than the typical realtor. Right now, they're working with so many qualified buyers, they'll guarantee to obtain you an offer. If you've been thinking about selling your home, don't wait. Call the Wallners now at 314-810-SOLD. That's 314-810-SOLD for the Wallner home selling team.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Ken, you and I, you totally, being a cat, being a musician, a song, one song like this song by Superstition by Stevie Wonder brings me back, not to a certain point in my life, but I had this double CD called Stevie Wonder's Musiquarium, and all the songs just kind of drifted into each other, like none of them ended.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
This was on it. Frontline, a song that nobody likes or had been played on the radio.
It wasn't played on the radio much. I liked it a lot.
So, I don't know.
I like all Stevie Wonder. We used to actually play a lot of Stevie. We played Superstition, We played just a variety of different
That's
songs.
great,
from it.
man.
We
I love
just
that.
loved them. Yeah.
Did you play Shaft?
No.
What's your problem?
I don't know. There was a problem there.
All right, stop it now. It's time for fake news.
We are fighting the fake news. It's fake. Fake news. Phony. Fake. Fake news.
So fake news. You know, there's fake news all the time.
Oh yeah.
I actually accused my wife of fake news yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, she said something. I forget what she said. I said that's fake news. She goes, "I'm not fake news. It's not true."
Wow, that's kind of a slam on our side. You know, if somebody calls you that.
I backed off.
Okay, all
I
right.
eased up,
Good
I
for
backed
you.
off.
Lucky for you.
Don't keep that feud going. You know, I'm sorry. One more thing, and then we'll go. Nate Bargatze is one of my favorite stand-up comedians, and he's got something ready in his arsenal if he has a fight with his wife, and that is, well, I do my own laundry, you know.
Oh, okay.
So he tried it in a fight with his wife. Goes, well, I do my own laundry. Yeah, that started a bigger fight, second fight than the first fight was.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, are you ready for some fake news? This is Tiffany Cross on CNN. And Ken, this is such a short. How long is that clip? It's like less than
18 seconds.
18 seconds, and there's so much to talk about just these 18 seconds. Go.
Really quickly, Abby, because anytime that we play something from Stephen Miller, it would be journalistic integrity to point out that he is a white supremacist and he is the brainchild behind this policy. That's not my opinion. That's actual facts. And for him to purport lies from the Oval Office as a white supremacist,
I don't know.
it should be pointed out.
Wow. That's not inflammatory.
You know what, Ken? There's so much there. Can you play it again? I know it's short, but let's just play it again and we'll stop it.
Really quickly, Abby, because anytime that we play something from Stephen Miller, it would be journalistic integrity to point out.
All of a sudden, journalistic integrity?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They suddenly have this integrity in journalism. Journalism, they called it?
That's what she said. I've never heard of that word before.
Okay.
But when Joe Biden was president, and he said, the biggest existential threat to the United States is white supremacy.
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of white supremacy. It's racist for sure, right?
Right.
Calling at least half the country white supremacist because in their eyes, everybody who you, Ken Williams, are a white supremacist because you voted for Donald Trump.
I am, because I voted for Donald Trump.
Me too. Go ahead.
Now that he is a white supremacist.
He's not.
No, he's not.
Can he get?
There's no proof of that. There's no proof.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh.
And he is the brainchild behind this policy. That's not my opinion. That's actual facts.
That's actual fact.
That's actual fact.
It's not. That's not opinion.
You know, it's so funny how I think in their little pea brains, if they say that's a fact, then they believe it's a fact. Even if they know it isn't. Like them saying that's a fact, they spray some fairy dust around to make everybody, oh, that's a fact. Stephen Miller is a white supremacist.
Well, what they've proven many times and we found out that they do, Vic, is even the media will do this. They'll take it to a rag, some small online rag, and dispose of the information to them. Then they regurgitate it back to them and say, see, this other company said it, so it must be true.
Ken, that's exactly what happened, I think, what you're saying, with the Russia collusion hoax.
Well, they found out that's exactly what happened.
From a smaller rag.
Right. Politico, I believe it was.
I think it was smaller than Politico as far as politics go.
Yeah, it was. I think it was an online source that is no longer here.
They usually do like fun lists and stuff, and I can't think of what the site was.
What they found out is that the Hillary Clinton campaign gave the information about Russia collusion to this online source.
Mm-hmm.
The online source brought it back to the public, and then they said, see, we're citing that online source.
I consider the Atlantic one of those small rags you're talking about.
Right.
And Axios, I think they're one of those smaller rags. Right. And, I never thought of it that way before. And they should hate the big broadcasting companies for saying, hey, what are you doing? You gave us this, she gave us this to do, and then you're ragging on us because we didn't get it right. Well, guess what? Why don't you do your own journalistic work?
Well, the reason they don't, Vic, is because when they bring it back to them and they regurgitate it, okay, they're actually propping up that online rag.
Yeah.
They're saying how This source, a very reliable source called, I don't know, put a name in there, Axios, is saying X, Y, and Z. And then they get a little prop, you know? I mean, they're not going to deny that.
I wish I could think of the site that started it all, and I can't. They usually do, 9 funny things in this movie,
Yeah.
Top 10 Taylor Swift breakup songs. And it wasn't a small rag, so to speak, because it had everybody watching it and everybody reporting on things that they said. But once they got into the political things, they became exactly that small rag that you speak of, Ken Williams.
Yeah.
Is there any more to that?
There is a little bit more. Oh, you may go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
And for him to purport lies from the Oval Office as a white supremacist,
I don't know.
it should be pointed out.
Is there any possibility in this world that that he sues her for defamation?
Stephen Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, defamation. What about that? What about...
I mean, she's calling him a white supremacist.
Yeah.
She's saying it's documented. She's saying it's a fact. It's not opinion.
Right.
It's a fact. Well, okay, you need to, number one, reveal your sources, because that you can't just say that.
Ken, they're so bent on talking bad about anything to do with Donald Trump that they have to push so hard and say that's not my opinion, that's fact.
Right.
And that falls into my bad bluff category, my poker bad bluff category, where you overplay your hand because you want your opponent to fold, but you don't have a hand, you're bluffing. Sometimes the reason you have to bluff in poker is because you can't win this hand.
So is it like if you and I were playing poker and I had a bad hand and I go, no, this is not my opinion, this is fact.
Ken, that's exactly
I
it.
have a great hand.
Exactly
All
right,
mister.
Oh my God, that I have a great hand is not just, what'd you call it?
Opinion.
It's not just opinion. It's a fact. You better fold. And then, of course, you call his bet because you win, because that's typical. Without words, the poker player does that by banging down a bunch of chips.
Yeah.
You fold. I got a good hand. Then why did you bet so much?
So in poker, actually, they're still playing because no one called her.
That's right.
Called her out.
That's right. That's right. So I don't know how long they get to say that. I don't know how long. Is libel the one when you speak, or is that the other one?
I
always forget. I don't know. I don't care.
I know defamation is verbal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but there's libel and there's... Oh, I should have read a dictionary before I came to work today. That's it. That's what I'll fix this.
Okay.
We are fighting the fake news.
Got air
It's
under
fake.
my diaphragm.
Fake news. Phony. Fake news.
Diaphragm doesn't fit right. So we'll figure it out what the website was. And it's if
I'm trying to look for it now.
If they didn't do anything political, Ken, it'd be a fun site,
Yeah.
Before, I mean, there are people who search out fun things and not political things. But unfortunately, everything has become political now.
Everything. I mean, you look for dogs, and there will be a really cute dog video, but then it has something tagged to it from somebody inside the, like the thread, saying something political about it.
Right.
Stop. It's just funny.
All right. In the few minutes we have left in this segment.
Yeah.
Vanity Fair, Ken, says they're going to put Melania on the cover.
So do you think they will?
I think they will. And I think that they should. I mean, is it just you and me? Or every time Donald Trump turns around, he's got another win,
Oh, it's definitely that.
Jerome Powell admitted Trump was right.
Yeah.
About the tariffs, and they're not going to bring up interest rates. And,
and in September, they're going to take the interest rates and lower them for people to buy homes that are new buyers.
Yeah.
That's going to help them a lot. Let's get back to that, though, Vic, what we were just talking about.
Melania?
Yeah. Because the article that I read, it has to do with this editor, anonymous editor within Vanity Fair.
Always.
And she says, and I'm assuming it's a she, that if they put Melania Trump on the cover of Vanity Fair, they're quitting. There's no MFing way that they're going to do this, and all of my employees will come with me. But the person neglected to say their name.
Right. Boy, you're brave.
Pretty brave.
Pretty brave.
So
Anonymous.
then within the article, it has another person who works at Vanity Fair says, "Oh, they're not gonna quit.
Right.
They're not gonna quit the sweet job just because Melania is on a cover.
Yeah.
They're just saying that." And I kind of lean that way a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see Melania's beautiful face on Vanity Fair finally after a term and a quarter. Not even a term and a quarter. A term in 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah, and let's also say that Melania Trump responded to that, saying, "I've been on many, many covers, including Vanity Fair, and it's really not going to change the world if I'm on there again." With the important work that she's doing with children right now, I think that's probably more in her wheelhouse at this point.
That's a great point you bring up, Ken, because there's pictures that you will never see. BuzzFeed just hit me.
BuzzFeed. Yeah.
That's the site that started the Russia collusion somehow. They were just hey, 11 fun things about Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're political, and it's Donald Trump cheated with the Russians.
I would love to find out how much money they pay, the Hillary Clinton Foundation paid them to say that.
Yep. And
because tell me there wasn't.
When is somebody going to say, if you keep saying that stuff about Donald Trump, I'm walking out. I'm quitting.
Right.
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 I forgot where I was there. I'm sorry. That hit me. I had to say it right away, Ken. I never would have thought of it again.
Yeah, BuzzFeed. That's it.
Thank you. So let's talk about Ethan's car. Our buddy Ethan has a really cool Dodge Challenger. It's a cool car just on its own.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool looking car. But now it's got NewstalkSTL all over it. And people are stopping him and saying, hey, we listen to that station. And this is crazy, Ken. This is technology, right? It's got the thing.
The QR code.
Yes, the QR code where I guess it goes right to our app and you get the app right there.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's one less push.
One less push.
One less push. And he's going to have that out at all kinds of car shows. And coming up on the 6th of September, which is not this weekend, but next, at the St. Paul's UCC car show in historic downtown Marthasville, Missouri.
And the last event he was at, he won 3rd place.
Did he?
Yes.
Way to go.
It's up on you can find it at newstalkstl.com. It's interesting.
Perfect. And his name is Ethan. His last name is Way. Ethan Way. I've been saying for months. See, this is why I might as well be home, okay? Because nobody listens to me there, and nobody listens to me here. I said, why don't we get a thing that looks like a street sign and put it up right there in that hallway where his office is?
Right.
And call it Ethan Way.
It should.
Make a right at Ethan Way, and then
you're good.
You're good. You're right there. I'm such an idiot. Okay, let's come back and. We will talk to Dr. Barnett Cohen.
Oh,
He's next on 1019 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at NewstalkSTL. Vic and Ken.
You mean those other two idiots?
The Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 Newstalk STL.
I tell you, we have no respect at all. Those two idiots. Who's that lady saying that with two idiots?
I don't know.
I mean, those two idiots. Is that what you're saying?
I think.
Yeah, those two idiots, Vic and Ken. What are you going to do? All right, so, Ken, the summer's waning, right? Summer's starting to go away. So, now's the best time. These nights have been a perfect night to be outside.
Yeah.
Right? Around the fire pit, hanging out, having some hot cocoa, holding your mug with two hands. And you don't want any bugs to interrupt that whole beautiful scene, right?
Right.
So what you do is you call Mosquito Joe, and they will get rid of those bugs because you can't hold your hot cocoa with one hand and then swat flies and gnats and mosquitoes with the other hand. You'll spill your hot cocoa all over yourself.
I know.
So let Mosquito Joe take care of that, okay? They have a great system. They don't let mosquitoes, ticks, gnats, or chiggers ruin your family fun. And they deliver effective pest control that's guaranteed to protect your family and your pets. No long-term contracts. They handle all the scheduling for you. Be sure you go and call 1-855-ASK-A-JOE. That's 1-855-ASK-A-JOE. Mosquito Joe, we make outdoors fun again.
On the next
Larry Connors USA.
Who does not want safe cities, safe neighborhoods?
Well, that would be Democrats who don't like Trump.
Larry Connors USA. Now, weeknights 6 until 8 on News Talk STL.
Did I mention you can also get $25 off any new service with Mosquito Joe? It's true. Just mention Vic. It's okay to say Handsome Vic. It's fine. Vic, and the offer is good through October 1st.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 1019. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Hey, Colombo here for Intervine, a great local company that has customers all across the country due to the quality of their products. Intervine has the best flashlights, lanterns, headlamps, and even batteries, including the new Monster 2000 Lumen waterproof lantern and the Sentinel 2000 self-defense flashlight. Our home and vehicles are full of great Intervine products, and right now you can shop their website and get 25% off your entire purchase just by using my name, Tony, as your promo code. That's promo code Tony at Intervine.com.
So many ways to listen to News Talk STL. Enable our Alexa skill.
Hello.
Hey, Alexa.
Yes, I'm listening.
Play News Talk STL.
Welcome to News Talk STL, conservative talk radio for St. Louis.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com.
Woosh, woosh.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump.
We have rescinded so many Trump immigration policies, it would take so much time to list them.
News Talk STL.
But not too much time to turn him back around.
No.
So listen, tomorrow at this time, we're starting another part of the Vic for Vets umbrella. It's wreaths across America. Obviously, it won't be until December, but we got lots of fundraisers and lots of events concerning this. So tomorrow at this time, we will talk to Dawn Luleff, all about Wreaths Across America, part of Vic for Vets. Okay, let's get our great friend, Dr. Bonner Cohen. Good morning, Dr. Cohen. How are you?
Good morning, Vic. How are you?
You know that imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery, right? And I don't even know if I do it that good because your voice is that great, but I try. Okay.
But Vic does include your voice. He tries to do your voice in promos and such.
You okay with that?
Oh, he does.
Oh, exactly what you just did. Yeah. In fact, he'll go like this. We'll ask him a question. He'll go, yes.
Yeah. Because you get very excited when we nail, you get very excited, and I love it. All right. So, Dr. Cohen, there is a story in the news today that confuses me, confuses Ken, about this wetlands violation, even under the Trump administration and the Lee Zeldin EPA. Can you explain it to us? Because I don't understand.
Yes, this is a mess brought to you by professional bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. In this case, they're with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers shares jurisdiction over water. But in this case, we're talking about bodies of water with EPA. And the people who are up to mischief here, in this case, are with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. What did they do? They informed a couple living in northern Idaho that, effective immediately, their property was a wetlands subject to regulation, which means drastic restrictions on how they can use their land under the Clean Water Act, as enforced in this case by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Now, what kind of a wetland are we looking at here? Okay, this is a small depression on their otherwise flat and dry property that after snow melts or rain falls can in fact be soggy, hence wet, or at least wet sometimes. Now, how can they possibly claim regulatory authority over this in light of a landmark 2023 Supreme Court decision called Sackett v. EPA, which after a half a century or more of confusion, finally cleared up what the government can and cannot regulate. In order for the government, in this case, the Army Corps of Engineers, to have regulatory authority over this wetland, sometimes wet, sometimes bone dry, but be that as it may, must have a continuous surface water connection to a navigable waters of the United States. Okay? That's a mouthful, but it tells you everything. Absent that continuous water connection to a navigable waterway, such as a river or a lake or a bay or what have you, the property cannot be declared a wetland subject to regulation by the federal government. Well, this property in northern Idaho has no such connection. In fact, it is separated from a lake, which is navigable, but the lake is 2 miles away. But between the property and the lake is a 35-foot wide gravel county road. Meaning there is no surface connection. On the other side of the road, there is a swale. The swale is next to a stream, and that stream is next to another stream that empties into the lake. That, according to the Army Corps of Engineers, makes it navigable. Well, this is pure madness because it openly defies the decision handed down by the Supreme Court 2 years ago. Now you ask yourself, how could this happen in the Trump administration, which has been very attentive to property rights and government overreach? The answer appears to be this whole scheme, this regulatory scheme, was cooked up in the final weeks of the Biden administration by career bureaucrats within the Army Corps of Engineers who decided, well, let's roll the dice and see if we can get away with this. They had the good fortune, at least for several months, of having no Trump administration appointee heading up the Army Corps of Engineers. You have to find somebody, he has to be nominated, there's a confirmation process, and blah, blah, blah. So the new guy at the Army Corps of Engineers wasn't installed until early August and may not even know about what mischief his career underlings were up to. Well, he's going to know about it now because the article is out. But this is a clear violation of the Supreme Court's decision. It will ultimately be overturned. Whether it has to be done in the court or the simple thing to do is to have the new head of the Army Corps of Engineers simply wrap these people on the back of the head and say, cool it, get rid of this. This isn't going to happen. And by the way, if you don't do this, we'll have you doged.
Oh.
Dr. Bonner, I remember not too long ago, in fact, during the Biden administration, there were some farmers who were having a lot of trouble because of this.
Oh, yes, and farmers and ranchers have been having trouble with this for decades, simply because the Clean Water Act is rather vague on this subject. It gave EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers jurisdiction over navigable waters of the United States? Well, we all know what that is. You're in St. Louis. Mississippi River is right next door. That's a navigable waterway, right?
Right.
Yep.
Or the tributaries of the Mississippi River, or lakes, or bays, or what have you. But what about isolated wetlands? Or what about wetlands, period? Some of which may have some connection to a navigable waterway. Others have none whatsoever. In the case we're talking about this morning, there is no such continuous surface connection, none whatever. So you're right about the farmers because of the uncertainty over where federal jurisdiction began and ended. For decades, farmers and ranchers and other property owners had to hire consultants and or lawyers to defend themselves against overreach by the feds on this because, well, if you're a career bureaucrat at EPA or at the Army Corps of Engineers, you're paid well enough, but the real thrill of the job is the power you have. And if you can throw your weight around, hey, why not? And so that's exactly what happened here. And all of this went on for decades until the Supreme Court finally made clear where jurisdiction begins and where it ends. So what did the career bureaucrats at the Army Corps of Engineers do? They decided to defy that openly, and now they are going after this couple in northern Idaho. Here's the irony in the whole thing. This is taking place in the same county as the famous Sackett decision. In fact, it's only a few miles away. So the federal government was rebuffed by the Supreme Court when it tried to regulate. In this case, it was EPA, the EPA of Biden, when they tried to regulate property which had no continuous surface connection to a navigable waterway. And that was what brought about, that was the Sackett family, another couple in northern Idaho. That's what led to the Supreme Court decision. Lo and behold, 2 years later, in the same county, another federal agency is playing the same old game, completely ignoring the Supreme Court decision. So what we all welcomed was relief for farmers and ranchers and other rural landowners has now been, I think, just temporarily done away with by the overreach of these career federal bureaucrats.
So, Dr. Cohen, your article, you make such a great point, and I chuckled the first time I read it. When you're talking about the property, the Lynx property connected to an alleged wetland across a 35-foot wide gravel road, touching an unnamed stream, which is connected to a named stream. I mean, you call it a Rube Goldberg-inspired argument, and I think that's exactly right.
Yes, and it was. It's probably doing a disservice to whoever Rube Goldberg was.
Unbelievable. So this, my question about the couple, both couples now, are they, the Clean Water Act of 1972, did they dirty any water? I mean, what did they?
No, none whatsoever. This has nothing to do with pollution per se, but rather, shall we say, the potential for pollution. Because what the Clean Air Act does is it regulates discharges into waters of the United States. And under the old definition, there was no clarity over what really constituted waters of the United States. Well, that was finally cleared up, but it never had anything to do with pollution. Neither couple was pouring gunk into their sometimes wet or water or soggy, whatever it was, on their property, and as the article points out, it's not connected to a navigable waterway anyway. So the pollution was never the issue. The issue was power. They thought they could get away with something, and now they've been caught.
That you took the words right out of my mouth, Dr. Cohen, because the bottom line here, it's all about control. It's all about power. And If the Democrats were in charge right now, we'd be in deep trouble, especially the farmers, because they'd be wanting to control all of them.
Well, that's true.
That's right. And you can thank the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court appointees whom Trump put on that court for this decision that will ultimately do away with what the Army Corps of Engineer bureaucrats are trying to do now in North Dakota. Absent those three justices who are very attentive to the separation of powers. If you don't have congressional authorization to do X, then you can't do X, period, end of story. You can't make stuff up out of whole cloth, which is exactly what federal bureaucrats have been doing for decades, and they've gotten away with it. Because each rule and regulation they impose on their own has the force of law behind it. This is why farmers have had to hire lawyers to protect themselves, and that money comes out of their pocket. Nobody reimburses them for this. So it's been a gigantic scam that's gone on for decades.
Big time. Dr. Bonner Cohen from CFAC, cfac.org. Dr. Cohen, thanks so much for being with us. Great information as always.
Thank you for having me. Enjoyed it as always.
All right. So Rube Goldberg, not that that has anything to do with the story, but it was cool the way they connected it, because Rube Goldberg had a comic strip. It wasn't a funny thing. It was in the comics, and he would make a what's named after him now, Rube Goldberg machine, where the foot hits the ball and the ball goes down the log, and then the log hits another thing, which goes down. The game Mousetrap when we were kids,
right,
is a Rube Goldberg machine,
right?
And I love him. Kenny and I watched a 5-minute one.
Yeah, yesterday, and I told Vic, I said I used to draw these things.
Yeah, without even knowing who Rube Goldberg was.
I didn't know who it was. Yeah,
pretty cool. All right, our Ultra MAGA Speaker of the House, Tim Jones, is waiting patiently. We'll talk to him next.
Woosh, woosh.
Treasures from the past? Discover Mimi's Antiques Attic, your locally owned and family-operated treasure hunt destination. Explore 16,000 square feet of antiques, crafts, collectibles, and designer items across 225 unique rental spaces. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7, and Sundays, 10 to 6 at 1000 Warrenton Shops in Warrenton. Mimi's Antiques Attic, where every visit uncovers new treasures.
Yo, this is Vic. Vic for Vets is proudly honoring our veterans. Every Wednesday at 11:05, you'll hear about that day's honoree and their incredible service to our country.
Hi, it's Ken. You want to nominate a veteran? Send their name, service information, and story to me, Ken, at NewstalkSTL.com.
Brought to you by Heroes Care, Alamo Military Collectibles, and Monocle's Pizza.
Together, let's celebrate the heroes in our community. Vic for Vets, where honor meets gratitude.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint by a lot, backed with our 25-year transferable warranty. Paint a house, shield a home. We do brick, block, stucco, asbestos, steel, aluminum, cedar, and more. We are the only coating company selected by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where all 3 episodes concentrate on unpainted brick. If you maintain or own a business with a tired-looking building, you owe it to yourself to look at Rhino Shield and our beautifully durable color schemes. Evaluations are free. We're making buildings pop and be noticed again, from Champaign to the Lake of the Ozarks, exceeding expectations every day with our products, people, and performance. Now is the time to call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or go to 877-25rhino.com and see how honest and transparent we really are. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at newstalkstl.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Gunfire erupted today at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. No word on possible injuries. It happened at the Annunciation Church Catholic School, a pre-K through grade 8 school. The gunman has been contained, according to city officials. In keeping with its pledge to make Washington, D.C. both safe and beautiful again, the Trump administration is taking over management of the landmark Union Station.
In its latest move exerting power over the nation's capital, the administration is taking away management of Union Station from Amtrak. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said Union Station had fallen into disrepair when it should be a point of pride for the city. President Trump, who has deployed National Guard troops to patrol D.C. streets, has also said he wants to beautify the District of Columbia and will be seeking $2 billion from Congress. Greg Clugston, Washington.
It is the ultimate punishment, and President Trump says convicted murderers in D.C. deserve it.
If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And that's a very strong preventative.
After close to 2 weeks without a homicide, there was a fatal shooting early yesterday morning in southeast D.C. Attorneys for Salvadoran national Kilmar Abrego Garcia say he wants to seek asylum in the U.S. The administration claims he's an MS-13 gang member, an allegation that he denies. Now his lawyers are fighting plans to deport him to Uganda. As of today, a major American trading partner, India, subject to whopping 50% U.S. tariffs. President Trump ordered the tariffs partially in response to India's ongoing purchases of Russian oil. On Wall Street, the Dow up 115. Townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Rodney and Jen Wallner and the entire Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway. Call them today at 314-810-SOLD. 314-810-SOLD. From the Michaels Flooring Outlet Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Leah Hill with your first alert forecast. That taste of fall that we have been enjoying is beginning to wane a little bit. For today, mostly sunny skies, but cloud cover will build through the afternoon and into the evening. Temperatures, while still comfortable, are warmer than what they have been over the last 3 days. A high near 81 degrees. Evening clouds and temperatures falling into the lower 60s overnight. Watching for some clouds as well on Thursday. With your first alert forecast, I'm meteorologist Leah Hill.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, hour number 2 of our 3-hour tour on Wednesdays always includes our great MAGA Speaker of the House, Tim Jones. He's coming up in a bit. Coming up next, I want to tell you a story. And the whole premise of the story, Ken, is I just can't keep my mouth shut at any time.
Oh, okay.
Out in public. I just can't keep my mouth shut.
All right.
And nothing bad happened. It was just a fun little thing I had with a guy and his son. Funny little conversation. Cracker Barrel's going back to having, what's the guy's name? Herschel? Mr. Dr. Herschel? Grandpa Herschel?
Grandpa Herschel. He's going to be sitting down again.
Fantastic. He's tired. All right, let's go.
Already, Timmy.
Former Speaker of the House.
You just proved why you left-wing loons are so insane.
Y'all ready for this?
Tim Jones. Good morning, my ultra MAGA Speaker of the House.
Good morning, my deplorable MAGA brothers, and a very happy double Woosh Wednesday to all of you. Woosh, whoosh.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I got this one thing straight because I like to give the facts. I don't want to allege anything if it's not true. But did you text the morning show about Mike Kehoe and the special session? Did you do that? Did you text them this morning?
Well, I did.
Oh, but you didn't
I
text
wasn't-
me and Ken.
Well,
because
I'm
what's
on
the
with you live.
What's the
I'm here to give you-
problem?
I'm here to give you the breaking news live. I knew
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be on with them this morning, but I knew I was going to be on with you because it's Double Woosh Wednesday.
Lucky. He's a great litigator, right?
That was a great
I
comeback.
am. I
Great.
can argue both sides against the middle. So I have breaking news for you guys.
Yes. What is that, Mr. Speaker?
It's the fact that it appears very possible that we might have a special session on
I'll be
redistricting.
damned. I'll be damned.
Oh.
So when does
Donald
that start?
Trump, well, just so you guys know,
Yeah.
the Trump White House, Donald Trump, Will Scharf, a good buddy from Missouri, Alex Meyer, who runs the Intergovernmental Affairs Department for the White House, our good buddy from Missouri, they have been speaking with none other than the Missouri Freedom Caucus, with Nick Schroer, the chairman, Justin Sparks, the vice chairman, yours truly, the state director. We've known about all this for weeks. It's in the works. We just need the establishment Republicans here in Missouri to get off their tookuses and call this special session. Like, are we so worried about offending the sensibilities of the Democrats or something? We don't want to make them cry too early or too often. I
Yeah, they
don't
need
understand.
to stop that.
Because look, there's been a couple of special elections around the country, and I don't put a lot of stock in these. I know the Democrats are celebrating the flip of a special election seat in Iowa. Special elections are anomalies. They're bizarre. Either side can pull out a victory, but they're always a warning sign of what? You can never take anything for granted. It doesn't matter if it's a red seat or a blue seat. If there's a chance to flip a seat, it can be flipped. And so redistricting is important because we now need to do what we should have done. What? I don't know. What is this? 2025? 5 years ago, when Senator, now Congressman Bob Onder, was advocating vociferously for a 7-1 map. And Nick Schroer was in the House at that time, and he was just as adamant that we need a 7-1 map. Because, guys, it's so hilarious that the Democrats are yelling and screaming about gerrymandering. They made gerrymandering a professional sport like 50 years ago, and we Republicans have been too worried about offending anybody's sense and sensibilities to do the same. And I'm not saying we're gerrymandering. We're just not taking advantage of the political climate as it exists when it does. Redistricting is nothing more than a purely political exercise. And if you don't take advantage of the current state of affairs in your state, and right now Missouri happens to be a blood red state, wasn't always, may not always be, but right now this is a Trump hardcore conservative Republican state. And if we don't acknowledge that fact and have our congressional districts represent it, then you know that if things ever change here, the Democrats will make sure that they have as many seats and more than they deserve.
All right. So this guy that the seat flipped in Iowa, that's a state Senate seat, not a U.S. Senate seat, right?
That's correct.
I just want to make
State
sure we got
Senate
that right.
We always just got to be cognizant of the canaries in the coal mine.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I want you to know that we played yesterday. I'm sorry, Monday we talked to Karen Cataline, and I had to wait 2 weeks for this because she was off for 2 weeks. But we played her some of the video that you made standing at the fairgrounds there that the terrible October 7th massacre happened, and she wanted to say thank you for sticking up for her and Jews across the world. Okay?
Yeah.
I heard the segment yesterday.
He's always listening.
good.
This guy. Love him.
And
Love him.
it made me emotional again, even listening to myself prattle on. But that's a trip, fellas, that I've only been back for about 2 weeks, but it has stuck with me already longer than any other. Look, I've been very blessed. I have been able to travel the world. I've seen many amazing things. I have been very blessed to experience all sorts of different cultures and people. And I appreciate all of it. This is a trip, though, that I believe and I hope will stay with me for many, not just weeks, but months and years to come. And I would encourage anyone who has the opportunity, to go to the Holy Land and experience as much of it as you can. And I would definitely go back anytime.
Yep. I just I like the 48 contiguous states. That's just me.
I know you do.
All right. So as you know, we sent some cookies to President Trump just as a little kind
From
of
the trolley stop.
Yeah.
Yes. Charlie,
We got to give him a shout out. Right?
Right.
Absolutely.
I was going to do that, but if you want the
Oh,
job
I'm
of
sorry.
Thunder Stealer, I can
Yeah.
accept an application
I-
from you at any
I've
time.
learned from the best. Yeah.
We sent them cookies from the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show, the Trolley Stop Bakery, and Mark Schmitz, who brought this whole thing up, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
We did not, don't call us trying to, use a dead soldier for this stuff. He said, hey, why don't you write a note to the president about the cookies, and I'll give it to him when I'm in the Oval Office for the Freedom 13 ceremony. So we said, great. So nothing happened. We didn't hear anything. We didn't get a visit from President Trump, but we did get this.
Yo, Vic and Ken, you're the best, the absolute best. Keep taking the whoosh to those crazy radical lefties, my brothers.
My brothers. What do you think of that?
Wow. It sounds like you guys are on a first name basis.
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
When are you going to the Oval Office? Should be
Yes,
any day now.
Ken.
Hey,
Yes.
When are we going to the? Could you imagine? Oh my God.
No, I can't
Ken with
actually.
his baseball hat and his Mizzou shirt.
There would be an international incident.
Oh, there's no
I'm sure
doubt.
of it.
They say, please, can I just sit there for 1 second?
There would be some diplomat from some country I don't like. Hey, who are you? Get out of here. Beat it. So anyway, we just like, can you play that one more time? I just love it. Play it one more time.
Yo, Vic and Ken, you're the best, the absolute best. Keep taking the whoosh to those crazy radical lefties, my brothers.
And today would be keep taking the double whoosh.
Right. The president knows about Woosh. I think that's great. Now
That is one of the best things ever.
we also got another piece of audio. I guess maybe I know the president didn't help us with this. Somebody helped us out with a little different piece of audio from a former president.
So I heard a big whoosh, and by golly, I had to go check my pants again.
Not fake news. Not fake news.
Well, it's a little bit of fake news.
A little bit.
We just want to fess up that
I think it
Mike
could have happened.
Mike from Entervine made both of those for us and sent
Right.
them to us. And I
The
just
Trump one was like spot on.
Oh,
It
it
is.
was, man.
and as far as the voice goes, Biden was too. By golly, I mean that's
Yeah.
stupid.
Well,
stuff he was
here.
saying.
I want to play that one again.
Which one, Biden?
Biden.
Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I heard a big whoosh, and by golly, I had to go check my pants again.
I heard a big whoosh. Bet you did.
By golly,
We are taking the whoosh to the radical left
we are.
every day here, Tim, as you guys do
Every
in the
day.
afternoon. So let's talk about Cracker Barrel for a bit. Cracker Barrel, I never realized it was anything controversial. This is how either naive or stupid I
Why
am.
did they mess with it?
Right.
That's my question.
It was just a
what,
great
what,
place
what
to
was
have
Cracker Barrel doing to anybody, right?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite meme was, Tim, when you had Dylan Mulvaney. He was put in front of the actual sign of Cracker Barrel, but he's drinking the barrels.
Have you seen the memes this morning where cartoon Donald Trump walks on and starts doing the Trump dance with the old Cracker Man?
Yeah,
there
and then he
around the
sits
barrel?
down on the chair too.
Yeah, and they shake hands. It's
Right.
fantastic. So I think we should have the News Talk STL Christmas party this year at a Cracker Barrel.
Ooh, that'd be a
To
great idea.
celebrate,
As long
There
as
you
they're
go.
back.
celebrate their return to sanity. You know,
So this, I know they're changing the logo. I don't
They're
know.
not.
Back, they're changing the
Oh,
logo
back,
back to where it was. And I know about the inside. I don't know when the insides are going to be moved back to where it was. But do you know they even ruined the peg game? You know the peg game where you got to have.
Yeah.
yes. What did they do to that?
Well, listen to Tim. What did they do
I
to that?
know,
I'm
I'm-
going to go have a word with
I
them.
want to know.
It's one of my favorite things at Cracker
I
Barrel.
know.
It used to say on the little board, leave only one, you're a genius. Leave two, and you're pretty smart. Leave three, you're just plain dumb. Leave
Yeah.
four, or more, you're just a plain ignoramus.
Ignoramus. Yes.
And then the new one said, don't be embarrassed. Try again.
Oh, forget it.
Aw, everyone gets a
Forget that.
trophy.
Yeah, everybody gets
You
a trophy. Yeah.
You know, this, I don't know where they started this rollout. They probably started it right on the East Coast or the left coast, because I purposefully drove right past one of the Cracker Barrels that is in my journeys every day down Interstate 44.
Yeah.
And I didn't go inside, the one there in Fenton. I didn't go inside, but I was like, okay, I got to pay attention today. So I drove on the outer road slowly. And to me, they hadn't changed anything yet on the outside. They still had the logo, the original sign, not only on the signpost outside near the road, but also on the face of the building and the rocker chairs and all that. And I'm like, okay, so I guess maybe not too much damage has been done, I guess is my point here. And perhaps they can just go back to doing what they've been. How long's Cracker Barrel been around? Decades, right, guys?
Yes,
decades.
I think it's like 60 years or something like that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't heard any stories up to this point about anything about Cracker Barrel. But I haven't heard any stories about they're not doing well or their stock prices, this, that, or the other thing, or that sales are up or down. I mean, every time I roll past a Cracker Barrel, it looks absolutely packed with people waiting outside. And I'm going to presume and argue it's because they got a good thing going. So why mess with it? Why do these crazy, kooky, angry white liberal women who take over these companies go in and their first inclination is to make something what it's not, right? I don't get it. And it has to do with the left's attitude about everything.
Right. I was just going to say.
We have to erase things. We have to change them. We have to, eradicate what they've been before to fit our new worldview of just stupidity.
They learn it from liberal politicians, right? Only a liberal
Ivy League institutions.
Right.
Yes.
Only a liberal politician would get on the Good Morning America show with Michael Strahan and say, the response is overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that
and then he says, really?
Right. He does. You're right. Really?
From who?
Right. Exactly.
Well, Tim, to your question, you mentioned your travels. We travel in around the region, right? For my daughters
right.
and for family. We have family around the region, and we all descend on Cracker Barrel. That's traditionally what we always do. And we always hit up either Buc-ee's or Cracker Barrel, those two. And we've never seen any changes. And from what I understand is they were going to roll out a $700 million change of interior and signage and all the good stuff.
Grief, what a waste of money.
Yeah, 700 million, but they've lost 200 million just in the stock market alone. That's why they came back and said, well, we're not going to do that. So luckily, maybe what they did, Tim, is they threw that balloon out there, lost their butt, and said, okay, we're not going to do this then.
Don't you have a family get together that you weren't going to have there?
Yeah, we go to Oktoberfest every year, and we
have
just
it there now again.
Now we will, yeah,
perfect.
But I put on social media that we were not going to do it this year, but now
crazy
we are.
Uncle Ken.
Yep.
If we step back, right, 35,000 foot, the left has been doing this to various cultural institutions in our country for years now, if not decades, right? Let's go back in your Wayback Machine, and you guys can remember the tearing down of all the statues and the monuments, right?
Right.
The left, and if I could wax, there we go.
Quick trip back, yeah. Okay.
There they are. They're tearing them down again.
Yep.
Right?
Damn it.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this, if I could wax philosophical for a minute, the bigger picture, this is not just about changing a well-known, well-loved brand. It's about erasing Americana and American history because and this has to do with the crime issue. This is all interrelated, fellas. For people who think this is all not connected, it's all interconnected. There's no coincidences. There's only connections these days because the left is waging war every single day against America.
Well, Tim,
and sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. But leftist Marxists, in order for them to create their bizarre notion of whatever socialist utopia that they think they can create, which they haven't been able to create, despite their best and worst efforts over the last several hundreds of years, you have to eradicate first what exists, right? That's why they want crime and criminals to be out of control, because they want to be able to say, look, the American system of justice and law and order is a failure. Look at all these murders. Look at all this chaos. No. What they're doing is they're stopping the American system of criminal justice. If you do what Donald Trump just did in Washington, D.C. and reinstate the fair, equal system where everybody's rights are protected of criminal justice and law and order, you will clean up the cities. But see, the left is pretending that the American criminal justice system of law and order, not the most perfect system, but the best system on the planet right now. If you let it work, it will work. If you stop it from working, yes, it will fail. But the left is going to say, well, look, it's a failure. So we have to tear it all down, destroy it along with everything else we're destroying. And then we will rebuild and lift up the socialist, communist, Marxist society that we've always wanted to build.
Well,
And then that will be a complete and utter epic failure,
Well,
like it always has been.
Tim, Vic has a theory about the wording underneath there that he announced yesterday, and I thought that was spot on, and it fits right in with what you're talking about.
Exactly, Tim. You're just bolstering my argument from yesterday that I got the whole thing figured out. You know what it is? It's the phrase old country store, right? Americana, old country store. Two old people sitting in the rocking chairs on the porch sipping lemonade. The left hates that kind of Americana.
They hate that, and because they hate America.
They do hate
As you
America.
guys have said, and I've listened to you say this several times this week. We used to kind of joke about it or beat around the bush about it. Maybe we didn't know for sure or not, but I think we can adamantly say right now with clear 100% conviction that the left wants to destroy the United States of America. I don't know what they want to rebuild in its place, but whatever it is, it'll be horrific and it won't work. Socialism and communism have been tried by a lot of really smart but evil people over the last many millennia, and it's always utterly failed. It leads to oppression because it has to, and then it leads to death and destruction. Communism was the leading cause of death in the 20th century across the globe.
All right, Tim, before we let you go, we have to get ourselves back to the present because you got the Wayback Machine going.
Oh, there we go.
We
got stuck back.
All right, Tim Jones this afternoon with Chris
You had
Arps.
to.
You can't get stuck in the past. The space-time continuum and All right, you and Chris today this afternoon. Timmy, thank you so much, buddy.
Guys, thanks for having me. As always, continue to do the awesome show you do. We expect the governor, Mike Kehoe, to call the special session for redistricting and hopefully IP reform as well as early as this Friday.
And my God, I forgot to tell you guys that Cracker Barrel has not been around that long at all. September 19th, 1969.
Okay.
In Lebanon, Tennessee. All right, Speaker
Why
Jones.
mess with perfection?
Exactly right. That's why we don't mess with you, because you and your show are perfection.
Thank you, guys.
We're
Thanks,
handsome,
Tim.
but you're perfection.
See, Mr.
Whoosh,
Speaker.
whoosh.
There's a handsome
Have a double whoosh Wednesday.
You as well, Mr. Speaker. Get out of here. Get out of here. There's a handsomeness reference in the chat box. Jeff
Is
talked
there
about
really,
it.
Vic?
Yes, there is. I'm
Nice,
just saying.
nice.
I didn't write it. All right, coming up next, another example on how your buddy Vic just can't keep his mouth shut. What is my problem, Ken?
I can't tell you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Can't tell you.
Well, another one happened the other day. I want to tell you the
okay.
story. It's next on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL, number one for live and local conservative talk. Let it.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Vic and Ken. Ken can dunk a basketball. Vic can dunk a donut. The Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
You and I might have something in common. Back pain. I can tell you where I go for help. Esquire Sports Medicine, the spine of St. Louis. They can put athletes back on the field so they can clearly help us. Esquire Sports Medicine, hands-on chiropractic help on Big Bend, just north of Highway 40, 314-644-0885. EsquireSportsMedicine.com. EsquireSportsMedicine.com.
Tony Colombo here for Gutter Pros, your all-in-one gutter service team that brings years of experience and quality that's affordable right to your doorstep. We discovered Gutter Pros a few years ago when we bought our home and inherited a gutter issue that was on the road to becoming a potentially big problem, but thanks to Gutter Pros was stopped before causing any major damage. They've also repaired the siding on our home because along with gutter repair, gutter installation, and leaf protection, the Gutter Pros are also the best for siding repair and installation. Learn about all the ways Gutter Pros can help your home at gutterpros.com.
Concerned about the condition of your windows driving up your energy bills? I was too. Until I called STL Windows and Doors. Call today for your free in-home estimate and start saving tomorrow. 314-277-5952 or stlwindowsanddoors.com. News Talk STL celebrates.
I am a construction worker.
I work for the police department.
I'm a bartender.
I am a nurse.
Labor Day 2025.
All of America's workers.
By paying tribute to the American workforce. Simply the best in the world.
Keep up the good work.
A reminder from the hardworking folks at The Yard Guy, the Keller Agency, Ruthie's Family Restaurant, and 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Forget the chit chat. Get to work.
News Talk STL is proud to have Doug Voss of Safe Money Radio as part of our lineup each week. Doug has been a staple on the St. Louis radio airways for many years as one of the leading financial experts in the area. You can now hear Doug and Safe Money Radio 2 times every weekend on News Talk STL. But in case you miss anything, you can check it all out at DougVossSafeMoneyRadio.com. You could also reach Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That's 844-676-7233.
Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through DHL Securities, LLLP, member FINRA and SIPC.
News Talk STL. News Talk STL. Welcome to Porcelli's Deli.
Yes, very good. I'll have a Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please.
Over here. But the Chinese food here is terrible.
With Vic Porcelli.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Porcelli's Deli is moved to 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Come on in. We're open. Have a seat. Vic will tell you a story.
That's right. Special edition. Wednesday edition of Porcelli's Deli.
Special.
So special.
Because I'm an idiot.
No. See, I wouldn't have said that. I would have let it go. I would like a special edition. Okay. It's like, it's funny, Ken. When Sean Hannity, again, not the guy you should be listening to on your way home today. You should be listening to Tim Jones and Chris Arps. But whenever he's not there, he's too lazy to go in or he's taking a day off or whatever. He's just taking a day off. The person that fills in always calls it a special edition of Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
All right.
Not so much.
Let me tell you a quick story. Okay. And you can, if you're keeping score at home, you file this one under Vic can't keep his big mouth shut. I was a quick trip the other day, getting some soda. And there was a guy and his son at the counter right before me. Quick Trip is weird. It's like you don't have to wait in one line. You can if whoever's first and this line goes and then that line goes, you have
right.
2 lines. So they were kind of in the other line next to me, but a little bit ahead of me. I was 2 behind. They were in front. And the kid in a baseball uniform, complete baseball uniform. And you remember those days, right, Ken? After you play and you go to Quick Trip and get like a slushie or something like that.
Yeah, we used to do Dairy Queen a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So this guy's there with his son, and the kid's name is on the back of the uniform. You know how that works, right? So the kid's name is Flynn, F-L-Y-N-N, Flynn. So I was like, oh my God, I got to talk to these guys. I got to say, what am I going to do? How am I going to break the ice? So I said, hey, did you guys win? And they're like, yeah, we won. Fantastic. I said, hey, I noticed that your last name is Flynn, like in Casey at the bat. And the guy looks at me like I had just said something in another language that he didn't understand. He was like, what do you mean? I said the poem, Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. No? He said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, all right, listen, idiot. No, I didn't say that. I said, well, there's this poem called Casey. I said, Casey at the Bat. There is no joy in Mudville. Remember, because the mighty Casey has struck out. Not ringing a bell. Not ringing a bell at all. I said, okay, well, then go away. I didn't say that either. But he said, I'm going to look that up. I said, you know what? Great. And read it to your son because he's going to love it. All right.
Yeah, I've read that story to both my daughters.
Well, yeah. We have the Disney version. We have the big, the big Disney books they used to have.
Yeah,
we had that, and all the animation is, that Disney animation.
Yeah, and it's a life lesson.
It certainly is. So I thought, Ken, it would be fun. I'm sorry, did I mention why I brought it up? Because in Casey at the Bat, the player Flynn is mentioned. He's one of the Mudville 9.
Right.
Matter of fact, he's on base when Casey strikes out. You know?
Yes.
So he's an important part of the poem. So the outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one inning more to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope that springs eternal in the human breast, they thought, if only Casey could get a whack at that. They'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake. And the former was a Lulu and the latter was a cake. I don't know what that means. So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and the men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Come on, that's so cool. And your name Flynn,
totally
right?
Cool. Hugging third. I love that.
Yes, and that's I'm reading it verbatim. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell, it knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Chuck Berry borrowed those lines, by the way, for Sweet Little Rock and Roller. 10,000 eyes, 5,000 tongues, exactly like that. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching in a haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded speed. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches, black with people, there went up a muffled roar like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone in the stands. And it's likely they'd have killed him had Casey not raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilted the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, strike two! Fraud! Cried the maddening thousands, and answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout, but there is no joy in Mudville. A mighty Casey has struck out. I love that.
I love it. That's great.
So I hope Mr. Flynn and his kid read it. He reads it to him. You know, now that I'm thinking of it, Disney made a cartoon of Casey at the bat. And Casey was so huge compared to all the guys on the other team. But when your name is Flynn and you're a hugging third, you should know that it's in there.
Yeah, my dad, he actually read that to me a long time ago. And he said to me, don't ever showboat.
Exactly.
In baseball, because to me and my father, if there was anything we had in common, we were really, really strict purists in baseball.
I love it. Yeah.
And it was always about the life lesson. My dad coached me the first 5 years of my life. And he would say to me, you know, this is what you don't want to do.
Right.
You don't want to go up to that, you know, if you're pitching, for example, he would say, I don't want to see you getting rabbit ears,
Right.
and then showboating up there.
Right. I'm so with him on that. I think you look back now and you say yes, right?
It's a life lesson. I mean, that you can use that in anything in your life right now. Confidence is one thing. I mean, confidence is huge. And he even said that. My father told me, you got to have confidence to get up there. You've got to know that you're going to be able to hit that ball anytime or pitch the same way.
Yep.
But showboating, man, that used to piss him off. If I did something like that, if I looked at the other dugout and smiled, I'd come in and he'd go, why are you even paying attention over there?
And that's great. That's such a great way to learn. Aren't you glad he did that?
Oh,
man?
yeah, big time.
My big thing right now with showboating is the bat toss. Have you seen people, the guys throw
Flip
the
it? They flip
bat
it.
flip, whatever.
Yeah,
you call
yeah.
it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, they're cool.
What?
They're too cool.
Right. The best example of a home run is Paul O'Neill, who played for the Cincinnati Reds, but he played for the Yankees later in his career. He would hit a home run. He'd just lay the bat down and run around. He wouldn't pump his fists or anything. No celebrating whatsoever. He just put his head down and he ran around the bases.
But the way he did, he just dropped the bat.
Yeah.
You see these guys now, what they'll do is they'll hit it and then they'll like bend their knees and put it on the ground like they're actually celebrating.
Right.
It's the same thing.
But now, see, here's the bad part. It has trickled down into kids' baseball.
Yeah.
And now kids are doing the bat.
That's the coaches. Vic, I coached my daughter for 8 years, and that comes down to the coaches.
Yep.
It's all about the coach. I mean, we had times where the kids, and this is girls softball we're talking about, they would be running out of the screened-in area where, like the dugout. It wasn't a dugout, but screened-in area, yelling at the other team, and we're like, nah, hey,
yeah, right.
All right, back here. And we'd sit around and say, hey, that's not good sportsmanship.
Good coaching, Ken.
So, good
So-
story, by the way. I'm glad you read that.
Oh, thanks. There's one video you can watch on YouTube. Not Little League, probably a little higher than Little League. Kid hits the ball, it's a home run, and he tosses the bat so far that he hit the ump in the head with the bat and knocked him out.
Oh.
So see, it's not just a matter of showboating, it's a matter of safety.
Yeah.
Just put the bat down and run. Now, can I say just a quick story before we get out of here?
Yeah.
My son Chris was a catcher for a while. He played a few different positions. But I taught him that, did you ever catch? No, you're left-handed.
Yeah.
When you're a catcher and there's a fly ball, like a pop fly straight up, and you're the one that's going to catch it.
Yeah.
The order of which you take care of things is you find where the ball is, take your mask off, find out where the ball is,
right,
and then throw the mask as far away from you as you can so you don't trip over it
right
while you catch the ball, right? Isn't that what every catcher is taught?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Chris did exactly what I told him. He found the ball, he tossed his mask, and the mask hit the umpire in the shin.
Oh.
And he threw Chris out of the game for that.
No.
Yeah. And I said, are you kidding me? He did exactly what I told him to do, and you're punishing him for that?
Right.
Because that's what you do, okay?
You do.
It's exactly what you do. You throw the mask so you don't stumble on it, trip on it.
Right.
Right?
That's exactly what you do.
Okay, so Casey at the Bat is a great poem. And if you're really into baseball poetry, do you know the poem Tinkers to Evers to Chance?
No.
We'll read that maybe another day.
Okay.
Chicago Cubs infield. And the whole premise of the poem is how poetic it was when they turned to double play. Tinker was the shortstop, Evers was the second baseman, and Chance was the first one. Tinker to Evers to Chance, 6-4-3 double play.
Oh, okay.
Really cool. It's
yeah,
really
I like
cool.
that idea.
I'm sorry it's about the Cubs. I didn't write it, okay? So read Casey at the Bat. If you have kids, read them Casey at the Bat.
You really should. Yeah, great life lesson.
And if your name is Flynn, tell your kid he was a hugging third.
He was.
Okay. All right, Ken, we're going to have to go back into the Wayback Machine when we get back.
Oh, okay.
You and I, shame on us, Ken. We have not given Gavin Newsom enough trouble on this show.
No, we haven't.
We just let him go.
He deserves a lot more.
That ends today.
Yeah.
That's next. On 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL, #1 for live and local conservative talk.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL.
This is Dr. Mona Cohen. You are listening to Vic and Ken on NewstalkSTL. They're great.
Thanks, Dr. Cohen. And imitation is the most sincere. I hope he didn't make him mad.
Oh, not at all. I
You
think
know?
he kind of laughed when you said it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
When you have a voice that people want to impersonate, have you ever heard of a Vic Porcelli impression? No.
I don't know. Maybe
it's too weird of a voice to do. But Dr. Cohen is yes, Dr. Cohen. All right, let's talk about Stan. I don't know how good his voice is, but boy, he knows how to take care of those trees, Ken. He is the premier tree solution, and it's innovative root solutions. It's a come on, Ken.
Proprietary.
Thank you. Proprietary system that he has. I should probably just write that word on here. But if you think one of your trees on your property is dying, call Stan. He'll come out and say, "Oh, no, we will fix this tree. We'll bring it back to life." And they'll do their proprietary thing there with the nutrients. It's way over my head. That's why I say it funny, because I don't know what he's doing. But he knows how to help your tree and get your tree back to life. Now, if it doesn't work, the money that you put into making the tree better will go towards the tree removal if that's what's necessary. Okay, so get in touch with Roots Plus, 314-440-3662, RootsPlusLLC.com. That's RootsPlusLLC.com.
St. Louis's new choice for conservative talk.
Thank you for the opportunity to let me vent here.
Live and local.
Way to be, guys. 1019 all the way.
This is News Talk STL.
I am home.
Scott, can you believe it's already been more than a decade since the Queen of Carpets sold flooring to St. Louis area contractors?
I know, but I don't have to be a king to offer contractors today's lowest prices.
Yes, contractors owe it to their customers and themselves to shop at Best Buy Flooring for the largest in-stock selection of carpet, carpet tile, sheet vinyl, laminate, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, and luxury vinyl tile.
Plus 3 convenient locations, North County, South County, and Metro East.
Open 7 days a week.
Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy. Best Buy Flooring.
We are making Missouri pro-life again. Mike Ferguson from The Morning Show here. Join me and Missouri Right to Life Monday, September 8th at the St. Charles Convention Center as we defend life in the Show Me State. Laura Trump is the evening's featured speaker, so you don't want to miss that. Reserve your spot at mrlbanquet.com. Tickets are $100 and support Missouri Right to Life's fight for the unborn. That's mrlbanquet.com, and I hope to see you there.
Tony Colombo here for All Solutions Pest Control, the team Christine and I trust to protect our home. We've used multiple services at multiple homes over the years, and I can tell you from all that experience, All Solutions is second to none. If you have a pest problem of any kind, or more importantly, just want to prevent a problem, All Solutions is the team to call. Learn more and take advantage of their incredible $67 introductory offer right now at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
Fox News commentary.
The left has come out in full support of lawlessness and full opposition to making it better. I'm Tommy Lahren. More next.
I'm alpine skier Michaela Schifrin. I've won the most World Cup ski races in history. But what does success mean to me? Success means discipline. It's teamwork. It's the drive and passion inside of us. And it's why Stifel is one of the fastest growing global wealth management firms in the country. If you're looking for success, surround yourself with the people who will get you there. If you're an advisor or investor, choose Stifel, where success meets success.
Stifel Nicolaus & Company Incorporated. Member SIPC and NYSE.
Past performance is no indication of future results. Investing involves risk. Consult a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Democrats are kicking and screaming because President Trump wants to clean up their lawless cities. And one of their favorite lines to fall back on is that red states have higher violent crime. Well, I did a little research, and while it is indeed true that 4 of the top 7 violent crime cities are in red states, here's the little kicker. Those cities are governed by Democrats. St. Louis, Democrat mayor. Memphis, Democrat mayor. Albuquerque, Democrat mayor. Detroit, independent, but formerly Democrat mayor. Cleveland, Democrat mayor, Tulsa, Democrat mayor, and last but not least, Baltimore, Democrat mayor. Not a single Republican mayor in the bunch. Perhaps the crime problem and the leadership problem could go hand in hand. I'm Tommy Lahren, and you can watch my show, Tommy Lahren is Fearless, at Outkick.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
How dare you?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
So, Ken, the DNC is having some kind of, like we have the RNC events that happen for a week long, and President Trump always shows up, and Susie Moore always goes. Well, the DNC has their own thing about that.
Yeah.
And there was a lady who spoke. I swear to God, I was like, who is this? Greta Thunberg's biological mother? I mean, she looked just like Greta Thunberg and saying the same stupid stuff that she says.
Right.
Stupid. It's just stupid. All right. Ken, can we do Looney Tunes or no?
Yeah, I got it. I have to find it. Really.
So here at the station, we got lots of cool things going on. For instance, our app, your phone is also a radio. And I always joke, it's only 2 pushes, first push to get the app. And then from then on, only 1 push. And you don't even have to have that first push anymore. If you see Ethan's car anywhere in some of the car shows, just use the QR code, they call it, Ken, QR code.
Yeah.
Just put your phone on that and you'll be able to get it. I noticed a lot of loony lefties in the news today, Ken. Let's do some Looney Tunes. Let's start with number 20, Ken.
Okay.
Representative Ayanna Presley. And here's what she says about President Donald John Grover Cleveland Trump.
What this wannabe dictator wants is a citizenry that is ignorant and uninformed. He wants a citizenry that is indifferent to the suffering of its neighbors.
There's so much there. So much there.
How do they do it? How do they have such little, they say talk for us a little bit of time, and that gives us so much to talk about? First of all, anytime a loony Democrat talks, why does it have to sound like it's in a black church?
Yeah.
Ayanna Presley steps up. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Amen. That's you knew that's right. It was coming. That's awesome. Oh my God. That was great, Ken.
But she says things like he wants people to be dumb.
Uh-huh.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You're doing it now.
Yeah. Keep talking.
Okay. Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
He wants everybody to be so knowledgeable. He has these press conferences.
That's right.
Every single
day.
Year.
Yeah, baby.
Every single minute.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dude.
Is that not what they do?
It's exactly that would mess me up though.
This was not a sermon in a church.
No.
This was people at a podium.
Amen.
And other people on her side.
Hallelujah.
Saying, that's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So funny that you said that's right. All right, let's play 21. Second part of our
he's a lunatic. Come on.
That's what Loon. You just said Loon.
Yeah,
Looney Tunes, lunatic.
Right.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Think of how easy it would be to be a damn Republican. Oh, what should I wear today? This stupid freaking red hat. What should I say today? I don't know. Just make sure it's cruel. Who do we listen to? That guy. Oh, the felon in the White House? Yeah, listen to him, and that will be fine.
He's not a felon.
Now he's talking about burning flags. He's going to have flag burning or whatever. Because he knows there's a hell of a lot of flags with his picture on it that are going to get burned.
You know what's funny?
What?
What's funny is that all these felonies that Donald Trump had, it seems like they're falling to the wayside.
He doesn't know that. All right, you got to play that again because there's just so much going on here. Go ahead.
Think of how easy it would be to be a damn Republican. Hey, what should I wear today? This stupid freaking red hat.
Stop. Oh, he's talking about the red baseball hat.
Oh, the Make America MAGA hat.
I thought because a lot of people now are making fun of Curtis Sliwa because of his hat is red.
Right.
The beret is red.
Right.
And Eric Adams campaigning to be reelected as New York City mayor that's how he refers to Curtis Sliwa, the guy with the crazy red hat. But he's talking about Trump's Make America
MAGA hat, yeah.
And not just a MAGA hat, but Trump was right about everything hat.
Right. Or Trump 2028.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What should I say today? I don't know. Just make sure it's cruel. Who do we listen to?
Stop. Cruel? Was he cruel to the Freedom 13 people?
No, Trump wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Was Joe Biden cruel to the Freedom 13 people?
You have to, everything these lunatics are saying right now, you have to look through the lens of they are favoring the illegals, okay? Yeah. So when Trump says something bad about an illegal, he's saying something bad about the public, about their constituency.
What if he said something bad about Al Capone? Is that okay? Is that okay to say something bad about Al Capone?
Donald Trump cannot say anything, period. Good or bad, it doesn't matter.
All right, finish up with this
guy. Oh, the felon in the White House? Yeah, listen to him and that will be fine. Now he's talking about burning flags.
Stop.
You're gonna have
I'm sorry, I made you stop too early. Go ahead.
flag burning or whatever.
Stop. Yeah, we're going to have flag burnings. Now he's talking about burning flags. He's going to have flag burnings or whatever.
Well, what did I tell you? This is the mentality of these people on the left. We probably had, 5 or 6 flag burnings during the Biden administration. Not many. You know, it was never a topic, never an issue. But since Donald Trump brought it up, which, by the way, I think it was a deflection on Donald Trump's part. I think he was doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
But he brought it up. Now, there's probably going to be a flag burning session every day.
All right. Is that one done?
Because he knows there's a hell of a lot of flags with his picture on it that are going to get burned.
Now, what flags have his picture on there?
I don't have one.
I've never seen one.
Never have either.
I've seen his name on them.
All right. That's all the time we have for him. More Looney Tunes, Ken.
Yeah.
Number 24, Beto O'Rourke.
Oh.
This guy should be the face that pops out and says, yeah, that's all, folks.
Right.
Beto O'Rourke.
This is a criminal enterprise being run out of Washington, D.C. and Austin, Texas right now. You know, Joseph Goebbels infamously in the Third Reich said one of the best political tactics is to accuse your opponent of that which you are guilty of. And so that's what they're doing right now. And yes, Texas sees through that. Texas is going to stand and fight. And ultimately, I believe Texas, the real people of Texas, are going to prevail.
So, you know, sometimes the first time you see somebody talk, or maybe the most famous, like, remember Howard Dean? We're going to go to North Carolina and Pennsylvania and New Hampshire. Right. I mean, that is how I'll always remember him. Yeah. No other way than that. And for Beto O'Rourke, for me, I see him bobbing and say, that's right. You bet we're coming for your AR-15. We're coming for your guns. Remember?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's right.
All right, Ken, if we want to do another one, we have to, I don't know if we can use the Wayback Machine more than once in a day. Does it have enough plutonium in there?
Let me check here real quick. Okay, yeah, we got it.
All right, time circuit's on to 2018.
2018. I think I've got a little thing I got to do here for both of them.
Okay. That's how we come back. Now we've gone back in time.
Uh-oh.
Now we're in 1918.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well then I better
go forwards all the way to 2018. There we go. All right,
there it is.
2018. Gavin Newsom saying that the next governor doesn't, if the next governor doesn't do something to improve the housing affordability and homelessness, the governor will be a failure. What in the hell?
Yeah, this is him saying, he's calling himself out, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Affordability is number one. Issue of housing costs everywhere I go. That's the universal issue. Number two, people are just fed up with the homeless crisis in the state. No other state in the country has many people out in the streets and sidewalks as the state of California. I think if the next governor doesn't address the issue of affordability on housing, that governor will have failed. If we don't address the homeless issue in a meaningful way, we'll have failed also on a moral framework because it's a tragedy to see so many people self-medicating in drug or alcohol addictions, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, paranoia out on the streets and sidewalks. So those two issues for me have been most resonant on this campaign trail.
So he's blaming the next governor because he mentioned the next governor better clean this stuff up because I can't. I'm too stupid.
No. This is 2018. He's running for governor.
Oh, he's not governor yet.
Right.
Got it.
So he's saying what you need to understand is that this next governor has to take care of the homelessness problem and affordability of rentals or mortgages, whatever.
Yeah.
Housing. And he didn't. It's like on steroids now.
And he obviously never listens to that. Right. To himself speaking. But right now, if you take a house that's $170,000 right now here in St. Louis, and you pick it up and you put it in California, it'll be worth $1 million.
I can attest to that because I actually have family there, and their homes. Well, it's now over 2 million, but their house is not much bigger than mine.
I don't know. Yeah. All right, get us back to the present.
Okay.
Now go
Sorry.
easy now.
I know I have to
go easy. Time circuit set for. All right, that's all the time we have for Looney Tunes. Ken.
Yeah.
We have about a minute and a half left here.
Okay.
I have always been haunted by my dreams. My dreams are I'm never the superhero. I never save the girl who's tied to the railroad tracks and the train is coming. It's never me, 67 years old, never have had sex in a dream, not one time. Not one time. And that song was a hit. The frontwards part. You played the backwards part.
Right.
The frontwards part, coming to take me away. Ha ha, hee hee, ho, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And they'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. So they're coming to take me away. That song used to give me nightmares.
Did it really?
Yes. It scared me because I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was, first of all, when I was really young, I thought the bands went to the radio station and played the music right on at the radio station and made it come out of the radio. I didn't even realize they were playing records.
Oh, okay.
When I was really little. So anyway, I got a copy of that. I think it was a DJ only copy from my Aunt Doris. And on the back, I'm like, this is weird. It's just like the words are written backwards on the record. So I put it on, and then it's like, oh my God. And then I had worse dreams from that. And then I never listened to it again in my house, in my room. Never, ever again. Is that crazy?
Never, ever again.
Never, ever. Okay. Lots to do here. Still, with only 1 hour to go, I don't know how we're going to fit it all in. But Vic for Vets is next.
Yep.
On News Talk STL.
Is your backyard a battleground every evening? Swatting, itching, kids running back inside? Hey, Tim Jones here. I just found out about a new local company, Mosquito Nix, that can take care of all that and more. They offer permanent automatic mosquito and tick protection, not just fogging, real coverage you don't have to think about. They've helped over 40,000 families nationwide take back their yards with their automatic mosquito control system. Now they're offering a free fogging treatment to introduce themselves to St. Louis families. Call 636-698-1980 now or visit mosquitonix.com. Say goodbye to bug bites this summer. Service area restrictions do apply. Tell them Tim Jones sent you. Ask about their back-to-school special. St. Louis summers don't last forever, but mosquito bites shouldn't either. Call 636-698-1980. Visit mosquitonix.com. That's mosquitonix.com. This is a limited time offer.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Belfast, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at newstalkstl.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm John Scott. There's been a shooting that has occurred during the first week of classes at a Minneapolis Catholic school. No immediate information on the number of injuries, but Governor Tim Walz called the shooting horrific. The Minneapolis city government says the shooter has been contained after gunfire at Annunciation Catholic School. and there is no longer any active threat to residents. A police briefing is now taking place. A new poll shows handling crime is now a relative strength for President Trump. The vast majority of Americans see crime as a major problem in large cities. It's a concern the president has seized on as he has deployed the National Guard to Washington and threatened to expand that model to other cities. The president calling for capital punishment for murder in Washington, D.C.
I don't know if we're ready for it in this country, but we have it. We have no choice.
The president's overall approval rating has increased slightly since July. Cracker Barrel has listened to its customers and reverts to its popular company logo.
Cracker Barrel customers in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
My first thought was why?
Well, I don't like the changes. I mean, it's always been Cracker Barrel like it is, so I'd like for it to stay like it is.
Reacting to the new corporate logo. But Doris says,
we love the sign. We love the little man on the sign. We love the Cracker Barrel.
All on the old logo.
To whoever's doing this, please leave it alone.
Corporate leaders heard Doris and Sid and many other fans, so the old logo is back.
We really like it just like it is.
I'm Ben Thomas.
Stocks have been moving higher on Wall Street ahead of a highly anticipated earnings update from NVIDIA. The Dow up 103 points, the NASDAQ composite adding 47. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
Looking for an underwater adventure or a scaly new friend? Dive into Tropical World Pets on Watson Road. For 32 years, this family-owned wonderland has been St. Louis's go-to destination for all things aquatic and reptilian. With over 7,000 square feet of aquariums, we're home to the area's largest selection of freshwater fish, including rare cichlids you won't find anywhere else. But that's not all. We've got tarantulas, snakes, and lizards galore. Tropical World Pets, 314-849-4020, or visit twpstl.com.
Hey, Columbo here for Rockwood Charcoal. Rockwood is made from 100% pure Missouri oak and hickory, so you're cooking with the best and supporting local industry and a local business all at once. There's over 100 area Rockwood retailers. Find yours at rockwoodcharcoal.com.
Hey, it's Susie Moore. If new flooring makes you think hassle, think again, because Michael's Flooring is changing the game. For over 30 years, Michael's has been locally owned and trusted for quality, variety, and amazing service. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, or ceramic tile, their expert team makes installing new floors exciting, not stressful. That's why customers keep coming back. Visit Michael's Flooring at St. Peter's, Darting Prairie, Creve Coeur, or online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com.
Jamie Allman here, tossing and turning over retirement worries. You're not alone. 3 out of 4 Americans share your concern about having enough saved. But here's the thing. A comfortable retirement isn't out of reach, even if you're planning for 30 or 40 years ahead. Every day, Jeff Portman from the Gemini Wealth Group helps people avoid the critical mistakes that can derail their retirement. Build your path to financial confidence. Visit GeminiWealthGroup.com or call Jeff directly at 314-888-0123.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Hi, Kirk Hilsinger here, and I'm the new chairman of the St. Louis Republican Central Committee. I invite you to our meetings that take place the first Thursday of every month at 3710 Hampton Avenue. You can stay connected with us to learn more about how you can get involved, make your voice heard, and contribute to our shared goals. Together, we can make a difference in the city of St. Louis and the state of Missouri. For more info, visit our new website at stl-gop.com. That's stl-gop.com.
Paid for by St. Louis City Republican PAC. Curtis Farber, Treasurer. This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
For a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, to behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
All right. Thank you very much. Hour number 3 of our 3-hour tour, ready to go. Thanks to Kenny Williams. So we should talk about the shooting in Minneapolis at a Minneapolis Catholic school. K through 8 school, shooter shot, and the last I saw were 17 dead. I'm sorry, 17 injured. I got it, guys. 17 injured, but I'm hearing from other sources that there's two kids dead. So let's get the facts before we talk about anything.
Yeah, that's why we were waiting anyway. But yeah,
so that's that. Okay, tomorrow at this time, we are going to talk to Nick Arama, Ken.
Yeah.
From Red State. I sent Ken a note. I said, hey, can we talk to Nick Arama about this story about the 2026 midterms and how it looks really good for the Republicans and everything? And I said, ask him if he can come on like this week. And Ken says, yeah, it's Wednesday. It's a woman, by the way. I was like, oh, well, what?
Usually Nick would be Nikki.
Right.
Nicky Arama.
Like it's N-I-C-K, Nick. And Nick Arama sounds like a bunch of Nick Aramas are going to go, oh, my God, it's a Nick Arama
here.
But it's a good article. So we'll talk to her about that tomorrow at this time. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, right now it is time for Vic for Vets. Today's veteran was submitted by Neil Westhoff, and it's all about Charles H. Gennady. Ken and Vic, there's Vic and Ken. It is actually written Vic and Ken, and I said Ken and Vic because this is your show. There's a man in our parish. His name is Charlie Gennady. He turned 101 yesterday.
Yeah,
August 26th. He fought in World War II under General Patton. He came into the area where the Battle of the Bulge was. When that battle was over, he's still pretty sharp. His military service, he served in the United States Army with the 90th Infantry Division during World War II. He was reported to have received the Silver Star, one of the U.S. military's highest decorations for gallantry under fire, awarded under General's Orders number 571 in 1945. The Silver Star is awarded for gallantry in action against an enemy of the United States, marking Charles H. Gennady as someone who likely exhibited extraordinary bravery during combat. Being tied to the 90th Infantry Division connects him to some of the most intense fighting in the European theater operations in Normandy, France, and in the heart of Germany. At the age of 19, Charles was drafted into the Army and served 22 months under General George S. Patton. He was a private first class in the 90th Division of the 359th Texas Oklahoma Infantry of the Battle of the Bulge during World War II. He was awarded the Silver Star for single-handedly capturing prisoners. Grateful for the opportunity to serve his country, he says the world is much different now than it was when he enlisted. I was proud to serve my country during World War II, but I did not go to war to see my country in such divide and turmoil as it is today. It makes me very sad. I didn't go to war to fight for this, he said. For the past 77 years, Gennady has been a member of the American Legion in Old Monroe, as well as a member of the Monroe American Legion. Among his top achievements in life, he says being a farmer and making his first communion, as well as his married life, count for some of his proudest life accomplishments. Charlie had been widowed 2 times, Marita Hotling Gennady and second wife Dorothy McGee Gennady. So thank you, Charles H. Gennady, for your service. My goodness.
What a life. And he's still with us, too.
And what's the best part of life, man? Just having his first communion, being married, just being nothing, just doing
being a
nothing.
Farmer
being a
and,
farmer,
yeah.
hanging out on the porch, drinking lemonade, and probably going to Cracker Barrel once in a while.
Oh, no doubt. And we tried to get him on the air. We were going to try and work that out. It just didn't happen. But,
We'll try.
He's listening.
And Vic for Vets, we couldn't do without great support from the Alamo Military Collectibles, Heroes Care, and Monocle's Pizza. Oh, my God. 2 kids were killed in that Minnesota shooting, Ken.
Yeah.
Ages 8 and 10. All right, we got time at 11:25. We'll dig into that, I guess. See what we can do about that. As of right now, all rise.
From the county of St. Louis,
crime issues, economic development.
This is Mark Harder.
Hello, Mark Harder, St. Louis County Council member. How are you?
How are you?
Good, doing good. Thanks for coming in. How about that veteran, huh? 100-year-old, still kicking?
Yeah, boy.
Still going to church because it's a member of his parish.
Oh,
yeah.
Still goes to church on Sunday. You know, that's the
and
thing.
we still have a few of those hanging around.
We'd love to meet any of them.
Yeah.
If you can help on that, we'd love that.
We're actually going to do. There's another event coming. We got a number of events for under Vic for Vets coming up, and I believe it might be. It's within the next couple of weeks. We're possibly going to have 2 World War II veterans here in studio that are over 100 years old.
Okay, so whenever you schedule that, Ken, can you make the next break vacant?
I've already told him we could possibly even have 3.
Perfect. All right, Mark Harder, let's talk to you, buddy. How are things over there in the
busy day already?
Ever so friendly St. Louis County Council?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Busy day already. I attended a press conference this morning downtown at the East-West Gateway meeting, and we had all the 4 regional county executives there to sign the agreement to farm the new police academy that we've been talking about. So today was the day. Monday night, the last jurisdiction to sign off on the agreement was Jefferson County, and so they had their meeting. They voted, and so today was the big signing, and we'll be on the news tonight with the press conference.
We'll be watching.
Yeah, it should be great.
All the channels there.
I would, yeah, I believe so, and some other radio stations. So no, it was great. So this has been a long time coming. I was telling the other folks there is like a 9-month pregnancy, and everybody looks back and go, "Oh, that was easy." And it's like, no, it wasn't, but we got here.
Yeah.
But to get all 4 of these counties, St. Charles, Jefferson, St. Louis, and Franklin, all to come together on this
Big deal.
regional, and as they said, one of the comments was made that, if regionalism was so easy, everybody would do it.
Yep.
And it's tough when you're trying to get these huge municipalities to all agree to the arrangements of this.
Well, why is
hold on.
Go ahead.
I just want to say this one quick thing. I hate to correct you, but this is the only radio station in the world, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
What other radio station?
I forgot all
Yeah,
about that.
you're right.
Yeah.
No, what makes this regional to make everybody come together? What makes that the most difficult thing?
Well, you got different political parties. You have different.
Egos, maybe?
You got that. It's part of politics. It's making the sausage, and we talk about that all the time, and getting everybody to agree. And I hats off to Steve Ellman from St. Charles and his team. It's a small but mighty team that has basically for over a year been putting together the details on how this thing should come together. And the others have helped as well. And it's been tough to get everybody to agree and to not politicize this and keep the focus on why we need this and why we need consistent police training out there in the community.
Was it the most difficult in South in St. Louis County rather than in the other areas?
Yes and no. It depends on the issue. We had issues with our favorite county councilman, or I'm sorry, the favorite county executive, and getting him on board on a lot of things. And he was skeptical in the beginning, and so was trying to get him to move forward was the biggest hurdle. And then just working out the details. I mean, the agreement just to farm the commission that will oversee the training center, that this agreement is 150 pages or so on how that all, who's responsible for what and who pays what and so on. So these things aren't easy sometimes.
So is it just logistics that people would be against the new police academy, or is it no, we don't need any more police? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why somebody would be against the police academy.
That's a good question. I think at the end of the day, people said, this is a great thing and saw the mission on this. Some people don't want to spend the money. Some people don't want to give up their way of training their own police officers. So you've got a lot of territories that have to be combined in this area. But we've had a great police academy and do have a police academy in St. Louis County that takes in all the municipalities as well as our St. Louis County police officers. And we've trained people in that academy for years. I mean, it's been around since the 80s, I believe. So, it's just, you're trying to get people to, it's like getting people to write with their left hand if they're right-handed. And so that's what we got to do when we put these things together.
Okay. Ken, unless you have anything else about the academy, I'm ready to move on. Next time around, will we have Sam Page as the county executive or not?
That's a good question. Friday is his first day in court on the charges that were leveled against him. So we'll see what that's going to be. I don't expect too many fireworks out of that. I think it's more just normal, court appearances and things like that. So I don't see too many things coming out of that. We'll see what happens. I got a feeling this will be drug out. And now that we have a new state attorney, this thing could be drug out, at least till the end of the year, if not longer, with all the motions and discovery. And, I've dealt with the legal system on other issues, and these things, they get put on the back burner sometime. Now, if some new charges arise and other things happen, who knows? Maybe things will move a lot faster.
Well, you know what I've noticed about the left, and this goes back to Hunter Biden. He was charged with certain things, and then later down the road, the lawyers say, "Well, can you just dismiss it? It's been a while, more or less." And then you get the judge who snuck the illegal immigrant out the back door, and then now she's saying, "Well, you can dismiss it, just can't you?" And they said, "No, we're not going to." And it seems like now let's let this thing draw out with Sam Page for so long that he's going to say, we should probably just dismiss this thing. It's not that big of a deal. It was a long time ago.
Well, and I think what makes this case stick out is that for a long time, a lot of jurisdictions around the state have pressed the envelope, so to speak, on the things that Sam Page did. Now, he went outside the envelope. Others have come up to that edge and stopped. And what I'm meaning by that is supporting bond issue and issues on the ballot and putting money behind a certain campaign or against a certain campaign. And school districts do this a lot, and they do it right on the edge of the margin on how, they get bond issues passed and how they get, things done in their school district. And the school district, somehow figures out a way of funding whatever that information campaign needs to be.
Well, don't misunderstand what I was meaning by all that. Those three things I cited were very serious. I think they're very serious crimes.
Right.
But that doesn't change the mentality of the left saying, "Well, it's been a while though, so let's just go ahead and
Right.
let's just get beyond it."
Well, and
that's what they always say. Let's get past this.
And we saw this with Trump and other people. You throw 10 charges against somebody and see what sticks.
Right.
And then you got something to negotiate. Well, we'll drop this if you'll, move this further or whatever it may be. And so I think unfortunately, that's the way our judicial system works. It is some negotiations. And so you throw a lot of things out there. and you then plea bargain after that on some of this stuff. So we'll see what happens here, because this is important. It's important to the region. I'm sure it's very important to Mr. Page and whether he decides to even run next year with this hanging over him. And I'm sure he's calling donors right now and saying, "Hey, I need some money for next year." And they're all going, "Oh, no, call me next year. We'll talk,"
Right.
Or don't call me at all. So we'll see where that goes.
So what does Tim Fitch do for a living now?
He works for a corporation here in town as a director of security.
Isn't he like the perfect candidate to run against Sam Page, or am I wrong on that?
He could be. I mean, he's got a lot of experience. He used to be our police chief. Came up through the police ranks. We've asked him in the past, and he's not interested. He's close to retirement from his current job at some point in time, but maybe the timing isn't right for him and his family. I mean, it is a very demanding job. It's if you're going to do it right.
But you can work while you're doing it, though, right?
Well, that's what Mr. Page said. You're not supposed to, but that's what he said. So, but it is still a very demanding job. And do you want to be a leader, or you just want to attend meetings? And so you got to decide what you want to put into it. And unfortunately, we need a leader, a strong leader.
And Dennis Hancock is that, I think. But I think more people know Tim Fitch, especially people on our side. More people know Tim than know Dennis, don't you think?
Yeah, and that's just because Tim has been around forever. So
right, so let's do it.
We just got to figure out.
Call him up.
We got to get Dennis out there as well. But Tim is Dennis's treasurer for his campaign, so they're working together.
Oh, wow.
And
well, Mark Harder's been around for a while.
Well, I have been.
Yeah, why don't you
Probably
do
too
it?
long. Yeah. Every day I wake up and I go, I think I've lived too long. When I see stuff in the news.
Check the obituary. Name's not there. Back to bed.
Yeah, if you don't see your face on the milk carton, it's a good day. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But my father used to say after he retired, I don't buy green bananas anymore.
Yeah.
It's just life's too short.
Yep.
So that's been going on. And do you have another question?
What are you, a lawyer?
You a lawyer?
Mr. Porcelli, do you have another question?
We're out of time, but if you have something you'd like to say that you're dying to tell us. No. Okay.
Well,
so that is Mark Carter from the St. Louis County Council. And thanks for coming in, of course. What?
Yeah.
Oh, Insider.
The Insider
sorry.
show today. Yep. For Sunday, we're got a great show together, as we always do. This week, we've got just two guests. We have one is the government director for the zoo. And he's going to talk to us about the new wild care facility zoo up in North County and the future of that. And then we also have on Sunday's show is Representative Phil Olerking from the Baldwin area, and he'll be on to talk about Jeff City politics and the den of vipers that Jeff City tends to be.
I love watching wild animal videos. Especially elephants. I love elephants. Is that crazy? Is that stupid?
No, that's cool, actually. I love little elephants.
There's a video of an elephant standing in front of a guy who's sitting at a piano, right? Oh, I'm sorry. He's standing right behind him. The elephant is standing right behind the guy at the piano. And the guy starts playing like some boogie-woogie piano,
Yeah.
And the elephant starts bopping his head.
Oh, I love that.
And then he takes his trunk and he knows where the sound is coming from the keys, so he hits the keys. He's trying to play piano. I love it. All right, Mark. Thank you very much, buddy.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
See everybody Sunday at 5 p.m.
You got that right.
Look at Mark hitting the post. Who do you
I know.
think you are? What do you think you are? All right, we're going to try to get updated as best we can to get you updated on the shooting in Minnesota at a Catholic school. Catholic school, Ken.
Yeah.
2 kids dead. And we'll dig into that and see what we can tell you next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. Vic and Ken.
Wow. I've never seen a crowd like this.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. This is 101.9 and 94.1.
Millennial Trump supporter. I listen to it like every day. Like, seriously, you get it.
News Talk STL.
Hi, it's Chris Arps, and I've been a customer of Royal Banks, Missouri for many years. They are a full-service, locally owned and operated community bank with 17 locations throughout the St. Louis area, including locations in Hannibal, Jerseyville, Granite City, as well as 2 locations in St. Charles. Plus, given today's headlines in the overall banking industry, it is reassuring to know Royal Banks of Missouri has the highest financial ratings in St. Louis for stability and strength. Royal Banks of Missouri is reinvesting in its hometown of University City. Join them Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, as they open their doors to their new location at 8550 Olive Boulevard at the corner of Olive and McKnight. Stop by to see our refreshed look with the same exceptional Royal Bank service you know and trust. Learn more about our upcoming move in University City by visiting royalbanksofmo.com, royalbanksofmo.com today. That's Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank for your community.
You can join in the mission to remember our fallen heroes, honor those who currently serve and their families, and teach younger generations about the value of freedom. A $17 donation to Wreaths Across America sponsors a fresh balsam remembrance wreath. These wreaths have become a symbol of America's respect for those who have served and no longer walk with us. Sponsor a wreath today. Visit wreathsacrossamerica.org or call 877-385-9504.
This is Mark Harder with RE/MAX Results, the #1 RE/MAX franchise in the region. As a licensed real estate broker with RE/MAX Results for over 20 years, I've seen the ups and downs of many real estate markets, including the one we're in right now. With the spring market in full swing, now is the time to leap into the buying or selling of your home. Someday is not a day. Today is the day to make your move. Call me at 314-852-8933 or email me at markhardersells@gmail.com.
If you find yourself feeling out of place in the world, it's comforting to know conservative values haven't been abandoned everywhere.
Thanks for being my voice in all this.
This is News Talk STL.
There are people out there that feel the way that I feel and say what I say.
Welcome home. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Woosh. Woosh.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
On News Talk STL.
All right. Thanks, Ken.
You're welcome, Vic.
I mean, thanks for making the show sound so good, is what I'm saying.
I appreciate it.
So, terrible news out of Minnesota. All of the critical condition patients from the shooting in Minnesota are kids. Well, it was a K through 8 school.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet, I'm just guessing now, betting that it's a gun-free zone.
Most likely, yeah.
It's the path of least resistance.
Have we heard anything about the shooter yet?
We have not. Newsmax just said on their channel that no motive and no identity yet. What are you thinking?
No, I'm just thinking usually it's probably not going to be newsworthy to identify him if he's a person of color. I'm just saying it because normally what happens, and this is traditionally for the last 4 years at least, if he was white, they come out with white immediately. In fact, I would argue they've come out with people saying they were light-skinned black people that were white.
The guy in Times Square that wanted to shoot up the NFL. Think that?
Yeah.
He was black.
Right.
And CNN said probably white.
I'm just so sick of it. I'm so tired of this. I think America in general is so sick of this media that reports this stuff. Like, oh, we can't really report their identity right now. Remember how long it took for that trans shooter in Tennessee
to get the manifesto?
Yeah. It took over a year.
Yeah.
And then they finally released it, and we wonder why. And it was proven why.
Yeah.
They didn't want that information out there.
So 2 kids are dead. Every critical condition patient at the hospitals around this incident are kids. And they're monitoring the situation. Like Ken said, we have nothing on the shooter yet. No description, no identification.
Nothing.
I don't know why. I don't know why we don't. Let me check somewhere else just real quick, Ken, because.
And it's not about a race. It's not about race. It's about it can be about anything. If it's something that does not fit the narrative of this left-leaning media, legacy Pfizer media, they're not going to report it. Period. Sorry, America, you don't get the information because we decided that it was something we didn't want you to hear.
Right. That's right.
In fact, I want to say America's News Desk, Vic. I've been watching that, okay? And they're talking about the top news, and it's just the way they spin it. I'll hear one news topic on the national news desk, and then I will literally switch to the Today Show because it's at 7:00. They change,
right? And
they do the same story, but it is completely different just based on their words,
right?
Well, what have been a couple of the top stories that we've been talking about
in the last couple of days?
Yeah, today even.
Cracker Barrel went back to the old logo.
Okay. With that, for example, well, they announced it. The news desk said because of the pushback from the people that go there, they've changed. They've decided, they're just going to change. Well, then the Today Show comes on and says, well, this has been kind of the plan all along. And it hasn't been.
Of course not.
We know this.
Of course not.
They said, no, Cracker Barrel said, we heard you. We've been listening to you. We heard you. We're going to change it back. They had no intention of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they made it sound in their words, they made it sound like, oh, yeah, they were planning to do that all along.
I know, people, you guys are racist. Vic and Ken, you guys are racist. And we're not racist. We are just telling the facts. If the facts sounds like racism to you,
maybe you're racist. Thank you, Vic.
Thank you, Ken. I'm waiting.
Ken, Thunder Stealer.
You okay with that when we do that?
I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine.
Because it's happening more and more.
I know. I'm sorry.
You haven't been going to meetings, have you?
No.
No.
Not lately. I've been on a break.
Do you have a sponsor? Do you get a sponsor?
Not yet.
See, you're not serious.
I'm not serious. I'm really
not. So anyway, racism, right? Anything that happens. Brandon Johnson, the Chicago mayor, says that bringing National Guard troops to Chicago is racism. Matter of fact, he talked about 3 or 4 different topics, and every single one of them was racism.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't think there's that much racism to go around.
No, it amazes me sometimes, but I'm not going to not say something because it's a topic that needs to be covered.
Yep.
And this is where we're at. And it's not just about race. It's about religion, for example. Islam is not compatible with Western culture or Western religion. It is not.
Ken, remind us how many members of Islam are up there in Minnesota?
There are thousands.
Ton.
There are many up there. And what's happening right now, they have the call to prayer in one of their main cities up there in Minneapolis. They have the call to prayer in the big city, and they gather around the streets. I mean, Islam is not compatible because of what they do to women, because of what they do to children. There's pedophilia going on in their religion.
Yeah.
Okay. They marry 7-year-olds.
Yesterday, I saw a video of an old man, white hair, just trying to drive home. He was just trying to drive home, and his car was surrounded by, what's the proper way? Islam or Muslim? Because I know there's difference.
Okay. If you're Islam, that's the religion.
That's ISIS, right?
Yeah. And if you're Muslim, you're not necessarily Islamic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I have friends that are Muslim,
mm-hmm.
and even they say this radical version of Islam is just something that's not going to work here in this country. It's just not going to work.
So getting back to what I was saying, all that was very important, by the way, what we just said. But getting back to what I was saying about being racist, we're not racist. In some cases, we're just trying to help. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a guy who shot up the New York subway system. This was back at the powerhouse, so it's at least 2 years old.
I remember the story you're talking about too.
And do you remember, Ken? They said, well, police need your help in finding the suspect. He's 6 feet tall. He weighs 230 pounds. He's wearing a yellow jacket like the employees of the subway wear. I was like, yeah, okay. There's 1,000 guys that fit that description.
Right.
If you want help from the public, tell the public what the person looks like. If he happens to be black, you're going to have to just say that. You're going to have to say, we're looking for a black man.
Why can't they say it? That's what we're on the microphone right now, and I don't have a problem with it, because if he was white, I'd say, well, just say he's white.
Right.
Just say it.
Especially if you want our help.
Yeah.
If you want our help, you have to tell us exactly what the person looks like.
Right.
And you said why? The same reason why. And I know this is what every old racist guy says, okay? But it's true, okay? The home security system commercials on TV, you will never see a black man as one of the people trying to break into the house.
Never. No.
I saw another commercial for some kind of insurance maybe or something. And the idiot is the white guy trying to cut his lawn with a nail clipper.
Yeah.
And his smart next door neighbor who was black tells him how to save money better, because the guy's looking for a 4-leaf clover.
And the only problem with that is okay, it's not just that way all the time. You can mix it up. Mix it up, just don't think about it that way. But they don't want to do that.
I know. And
I saw 7 commercials the other day.
Why? What were you watching?
I was watching. Okay, what happened is, like, I think when you watch Netflix or one of these, they'll play it's one of the apps.
Paramount, I know, shows commercials.
Okay, so what happens is then you count them down, and I counted 7.
Yeah.
Every one of them were of black people.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not, I don't get it, because I'm white, and it seems like almost like there are no more white people. Or there are no more white men. It's usually they might even have a white male in there, but he's a token
white guy.
Kind of, yeah. And I'm just like, you guys need to stop, because that's actually racist to me.
And I just want to say, police, if you really truly want the news to say the police are asking for help from the public, then you're going to have to let us know exactly what he looks like.
And if he's black, he's black.
If he's Asian, he's Asian.
If
he is
whatever
Islam, you have to tell us that. I mean, I don't know what that neighborhood was like. These are the questions we need answered from the mainstream media tonight when you get home. Where was the school? What's the population? What's the demographics of that neighborhood? Is it basically a bunch of white kids going to this school? Are they a bunch of black kids going to the school? Or are they a bunch of Muslim kids going to the school? What was the shooter in relationship to those kids? Was he white? Was he black? Was he Asian? Was he Native American? Or was he Muslim? What was he?
Well, because here's why this would help. If it's not religious driven, if it's not racially driven, we need to know that.
Of course.
Because you can identify that. What if these Christians were shot up by an Islamic guy?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. It may not have anything to do with it, but at least we know that information moving forward. If we didn't know it, we could never identify it. And if it was the problem, then we wouldn't know it. We would never know it.
That's right, Ken.
It's simple. It's very simple. It's not racist to talk about all this.
Yep.
And if you don't talk about it, Vic, I think that's the problem with Great Britain right now.
And
they don't let them talk about any of this stuff.
I don't want people to think that we're racist, because we're not.
Well, I'm unapologetic about this conversation.
Okay.
I don't want, we shouldn't even be having to say that, Vic.
Right. I know. But you know how people are.
I know. Racist. But again, you know what they've done to the left has done to the word racism? They've neutered it. It's not even the same word anymore. That's an important word. But they've used it so much on everyday things that aren't racist that it's lost all its meaning now.
Right. You're right. Okay. Let's take a break. We'll come back, check the chat box, and close up our Wednesday, Ken.
Yep.
On 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at News Talk STL. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
Forget about it.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Trump fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, but she says she's going nowhere. Zach Smith of the Heritage Foundation will explain if the case will make it to the Supreme Court.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
Is your retirement income at risk if you or your spouse needs nursing home or in-home care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money, Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 1019. The cost of long-term care is one of the biggest risks in retirement planning. For many retirees, a single nursing home stay can cause a significant reduction in assets that can permanently reduce your retirement income. Fortunately, there are affordable and flexible options available today that can help you manage the cost of long-term care. Our team can help you address the risks relevant to your retirement, including long-term care. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Want to hear the best kept secret in St. Louis? Steph's Pizza. We're not afraid to compare squares. According to our customers, we have the best St. Louis style pizza anywhere, and we can't disagree. Dine in, pick up, or delivery in St. Peters, St. Charles, Lake St. Louis on Pond Fort Trail, and the original Stephanitas in O'Fallon on Veterans Memorial Parkway. Check us out at Steph'sPizza.com. Steph's Pizza. We're not afraid to compare squares.
Tim Jones here. When life changes, which it does, you need someone you can trust, and that's Todd Sivia. The non-stuffy attorneys at Sivia Law specialize in estate planning and elder law with 7 convenient area locations. 833-995-WILL. 833-995-WILL is how you reach them. CiviaLaw.com. The first 10 people that tell them Tim Jones sent me receive a complimentary $300 strategy session. The non-stuffy attorney lawyers, Civia Law, 833-995-WILL.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. I want to be clear.
On News Talk STL.
Turn this up a little bit, Kenny.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan in Double Trouble. On this day in 1990, Stevie Ray Vaughan, doing this from my head now. Stevie Ray Vaughan, his brother Jimmy, Robert Cray, and Eric Clapton were all playing at a blues festival in Wisconsin, East Troy, Wisconsin. And they got on helicopters to get out of there. And the news said a helicopter went down, leaving this festival. And Eric Clapton might have been on that helicopter. Turns out Eric Clapton wasn't on the helicopter. Stevie Ray Vaughan was on that helicopter, and he was killed at the age of 35. And broke my heart, Ken.
Yeah.
He was
amazing.
The future
Yeah.
of the blues. And it's funny, you know, I know you probably just skip right by him because you can't be bothered because you're doing busy stuff. But sometimes I stop and answer questions like, what artist have you seen the most in concert? And mine has to be Stevie Ray Vaughan. I saw him on his own. Saw him at the Stone Pony. I saw him warm up for Robert Plant. I saw him with Joe Cocker. I saw him with Jeff Beck at Madison Square Garden. I saw him at the Pier in New York City with my friend Lou Sabatello and all the biker dudes. And I walked in like I was Moses, because when you walk in with the biker guys, everybody gets the hell out of the way.
Out of the way.
It's like, yep, I'm with these guys. Get out of my way.
I like to think of Stevie Ray Vaughan as like a guitar player's guitar player.
He was, Ken. And I, you know, when I saw him at the Stone Pony, I'm not trying to be funny here. I was literally as close to him as I'm close to you right now. The stage was there, and you were allowed to stand right against that stage. And he always started with the song Scuttle Button. And I was watching his fingers, and I was like, that's not even human. How do his hands work that fast?
Yeah.
So anyway, Stevie Ray Vaughan died on this day in 1990. Thanks for that, Ken. Thanks for playing that for Stevie Ray Vaughan, my man. Little love him, boy. All right. See? The first comment I saw today in the Rumble chat box was from the Scotty brothers. Are they Scotty brothers? Are they brothers? Scotty brothers?
I think it's just Scotty. I think it's just Scott brothers.
Scott brothers. Okay,
Right.
so it's not the Scott brothers. He was the first person into our chat box, and he says, "Too much handsomeness on this broadcast." You completely missed it,
Todd.
You can't let Todd Showalter screw up my humor here. You can't let
Todd Showalter just came and gave me a sticker.
He's so weird. It's a great show. He's a great guy, but he's weird. So
I
I'm going
love
to say
him.
what I just said all over
yes,
again,
sir. Yes, sir.
since you heard none of it.
Right.
Scotty brothers.
Yes.
First chat. Too much handsomeness on this broadcast.
Oh, I like that.
Cut back on the handsomeness. Seriously, he's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I love him.
He's not devious in any way. Nothing malicious.
Nope.
Nothing done with malice. He's just a weirdo, and he's great. Saturdays at 5:00 on NewstalkSTL. I was beginning to wonder, said 101 Street. What are you wondering about? What's the problem? It's handsomeness.
Weird. Super weird. Okay.
It's not weird. It's handsomeness. Okay. Hilarity is a leftist socialist claiming Trump supporters are racist. Oh, by the way, Ken, have you seen this guy who's running for mayor of Minneapolis?
Yes.
Fateh, his name or something like that. Did you hear his comments yesterday?
No.
He said, "I'm the captain now."
Oh, did he? Okay. He looks like him.
Right?
He looks just like him.
My God.
Yeah.
He could have been him.
Yeah. Actually, he could have.
Hilarity is a leftist socialist claiming Trump supporters are racists while they support funding for the renowned socialist eugenics Maggie Sander. Adolf Hitler was also a murderous socialist. And he's saying Margaret Sanger started, in case you don't know.
Yeah.
She started Planned Parenthood, and she wanted to get rid of black people. That's why she started Planned Parenthood. That's the truth. Don't believe it? Look it up.
Their Democrat leaders today are supporting Mamdani.
Right. Who hates Jews?
He'll never admit that.
Oh.
In fact, to the contrary, right. See, this is the thing. Islam, you're told to lie. You were said, lie. You must lie. No, seriously.
I believe you.
And he's over there going, no. I'm gonna protect our Jewish friends as well.
Okay. That's just how nice they talk to them in the 30s. You'll be fine.
Come on in.
We'll be back here in a couple of days. 101 Straight Up has a message for Duke, and it's whoosh, whoosh, my brother.
Oh, there we go.
Whoosh, whoosh.
If I include Ken, I'm fifth. No, Ken, no.
I don't count.
You can't count in the standings.
Vic, according to Vic, I don't count.
No, it's not what I meant. It's not what I said. What I said was you don't count in the attendance race that they have every day. Oh, God.
Whiff.
Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, no fair exchange.
No peace.
No fair tire.
No fair cheers. No peace. No fair tire. You sound like you were a speed talker.
I just say it every day. I don't know if people are getting sick of it. President, more cabinet meetings in 7 months than Uncle Joe had in 4 years, Trump. He's had 7 cabinet meetings in 7 months. Joe's had 7 in his entire presidency, his entire 4 years.
So in his entire 50 years, probably.
Well, he's only going to have when he's president.
But he can be involved in them.
No, it doesn't count.
No.
You got to be leading it.
Okay.
You're the leader. You're the one who shows
Not Joe.
your cabinet meetings. Come on out and work no matter how bad you feel, how old you are, how little you can actually walk and talk and think.
You're describing Joe Biden?
Yes. That's the guy who didn't do any cabinet meetings, and Donald Trump does them like once a month. I think my dog is a Democrat. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Better investigate that one.
Dog pound. The very dumb DEI black racist lib turds always call Republicans white people racist. They are truly racist people.
And here's the reason why. This is very simple, and this is why they've diminished the word racist. If someone calls you a racist, what do? You step back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Not anymore. You shouldn't do that because you're not racist. You're actually highlighting an issue about racism. That's it.
Okay. You're right. We have to be more on the offensive.
Right. That's what I mean.
It would have let shorter to say.
Yeah, it was easier.
I'm kidding.
You should have.
Okay, so how about if we try this in Droopy Dog's voice? Want to try that? Good morning, all you beautiful, mega, ultra-patriotic, deplorable, garbagian, degenerate, freedom-fighting, God-fearing, brickhead weirdos. Have a good day, sir.
Well, I'll be.
Woosh, whoosh, Vic Ken, 101 in that story. In Minneapolis, there was a shooting. Got it, thanks. Happy double whoosh Wednesday. Man, people love it. Oh, that's you.
Whoosh.
That's you.
Whoosh.
Still give one.
Don't put it in here just so you could play it there.
Why?
That's what you're doing.
Why not?
That's what you're doing.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It was the gun's fault.
A little bit.
Saith the mayor. Whoosh, whoosh, Ken. Boy, people are into the double whoosh Wednesday. And keyboards write books. Guns don't shoot themselves. Keyboards don't write their own books.
Right.
Great analogy.
Yep.
The left media won't say anything about the shooter, if the shooter was Muslim, black or brown, gay or trans, but they will say it but they will say it's the gun's fault.
And that's my point. And what's racist by acknowledging that? What is racist about me bringing that up?
Yeah.
And it's the truth.
No, it is, Ken. But you know how people twist things.
I don't care.
Okay.
Do I care? No, I do not.
I don't care.
I honestly don't.
I don't care. I don't care.
Don't care.
Kevin Meaney.
Ricky Gervais, that's why I like him so much. He doesn't care.
Oh, I thought he sang that song.
No.
Because Kevin Meaney did sing that
He
song.
did, yeah.
I don't care. Is Jazz Hands...
Because he's a mensch.
Is Jazz Hands Timmy Waltz going to ask for help to fight crime in Minneapolis? Oh, wait. Oops. You know, it's funny. They're getting on Donald Trump for using the National Guard to stop the crime in D.C., and Tim Waltz says, we don't need your help. We're fine. We don't have any crime here. Next day, somebody shoots 14 kids in a school. But that's okay. We don't need your help, President Trump. We're fine. We're good.
700 people can die in Chicago a year. But it's like, well, it's down, though. I mean, it's not quite as bad as you think.
It was 701 last year.
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
So we're on our way. We're on our way. In the next 100 years, we should be down to maybe a 500.
This is big news. The Cracker Barrel is the same in Fenton, but the one in Branson has always had white and hardly anything on the walls in the restaurant. So the Fenton one that Speaker Jones was talking about this morning, right on 44, that you can't miss it,
right,
is still the good old country store Cracker Barrel.
And I believe the one down Highway 55 South is near Arnold is also it has not been changed.
Would you not expect that from Jefferson County? You know,
not at all, man. I mean,
don't touch my old country store.
Oh,
get out of here.
Exactly right. Well, I'm sure probably would have been one of the last ones to go.
Yeah. I'm a transplant to Missouri. Been here since 1998, and yet to go to Branson or steal your Dollar City. Come on, it's a fun park, right? Silver Dollar City.
I've been there. You know what? I'll lay it out there. Branson, I did not like because it's so touristy. But when we got to go to Silver Dollar City, and I liked it. I really liked it.
The only time I was ever in Branson, I hate to say this, was Chris used to work for a company called Ernie Biggs Piano Bar. In Springfield was his home bar. But he would go down to Branson sometimes, play at Ernie Biggs in Branson.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what happened when he was down there? When he was down there playing at Ernie Biggs in Branson, the guy that was the lead singer in the Rolling Stones show, like, you know, the guys where you see it's not the Stones, but these young kids doing Stone songs.
Yeah.
The kid who was Mick Jagger used to come and sing with Chris. Chris would play and he'd sing. And he used to love to come and play with Chris.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry. God, he talks about his kids all the time. He can shut him up.
I love it, man. It's awesome.
Silver Dollar City theme park is one of the best in the country. The best homemade food, great rides, the cavern, and to see how blacksmiths and other trades create their art. We're good? Okay. Do the libturds really want to start burning the flag? They have a lot of flags too. Go ahead, game on.
But this is a great topic. I'm glad you brought that up because remember when that truck, the guy was arrested for squealing the tires over the paint that was on the road.
It was
a flag essentially.
Yep.
He got arrested for that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you couldn't get arrested for freedom of speech like that.
Now you can.
No, you could then, but what they're saying.
But I'm saying now you can.
Right.
Oh no, Ken. just almost upset the space-time continuum.
I know.
That was close.
That was close.
Man, we were supposed to go this way. He went all the way back. It was terrible. We were caught in a maelstrom of space-time continuum.
But we made it back.
Great Scott! I saw on the news that somebody got 15 years for burning the LGBTQ whatever flag. That's bullshit.
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
American flag burning is not freedom of speech. It's an action. Actions usually have consequences, negative or positive. You know,
Okay, but you can lean on that all the time. I get that. You know, stolen property and all that stuff. But when you're doing something that they're saying, if I bought my own gay pride LGBTQIA blah, 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 flag, it's mine. Can I burn it?
Yeah.
This is taking forever.
And it says it to me. Peter says it to me. You're the one talking. And he says it to me. Jabba, the Illinois governor, said, Donald Trump, if you hurt my people, nothing will stop me from making sure you face justice. Does he not understand the plan? When the National Guard comes to your city, he's not coming to hurt anybody. They're coming to clean up your city.
Right.
The people who are hurting people.
Yeah, did you hear the Mayor Bowser in D.C.? Don't worry. As soon as National Guard's gone, our crime rate will get back to where it was.
You know, she should just go back to singing with Sha Na Na. You know?
Yeah, she should.
Male in his 20s was the only description so far. I think we have kamikaze lib turds. They hurt people. They commit suicide. Okay, I'm going to try to squeeze in Facebook here. Alice says, good morning, Patriot Vic Heads on this beautiful double Woosh dry hump day. Good morning, fam, bam, whoosh, whoosh. Thank you,
Woosh,
Kathleen.
whoosh.
Love you. The TDS media and the Democrats are in chaos because President Trump is making America great again, and they hate it. One more win after the next. Every day.
You got that right.
Good morning, Vic Head Patriots. Just an idea, an invitation to President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania to attend the NewstalkSTL events. They might just do it. Yeah, let's invite them here in the studio for our show. Okay. How with everybody else? I don't think that.
No.
I don't know who Rick Lyles is, but I'm not reading this thing.
Okay.
Good morning, freedom fighters. CEO Julie Fells Messino and her board ignored warnings last year from investor Sador Big Larry that her strategic transformation plan and rebrand was obviously folly. Whoosh, whoosh. Have a great day. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Dave. Everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for
David
doing it.
Cheney, good to have you, too.
We appreciate it, you guys. Seriously.
Thanks for having the record player on at night to listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
See you tomorrow.
Irrigation systems are put through the stress test throughout our hot Heartland summers when temperatures skyrocket and rain is scarce. Tim Jones here for Hydrodynamics Core, which you should call today to make sure your irrigation system is running at peak performance. This is critical to ensure your lawn and foliage remain lush and lovely and that your grass and plants thrive instead of just barely survive. Schedule a monthly system checkup today with Hydrodynamics Core to make sure your irrigation system is working at its best. That's hydrodynamicscore.com, hydrodynamicscore.com.
This is Tony Colombo, and my favorite Capriati sandwich is the cheesesteak made with American Wagyu beef from Snake River Farms, and you have to include a side of their amazing fries. I love Capriati's, and you will too.
Open 9 to 9 daily on Manchester at McKnight in Rock Hill.
JC's Wayback Machine.
This week, we salute the working men and women of this country with lots of tunes about work. They call him the hardest working man in show business, Jay Leno. Back in 1984, he was in our studios on a Saturday morning before anybody knew who he was. You'll hear that. Plus, great tunes from the 90s, 80s, and 70s. Not the ones you hear on St. Louis radio all the time. And it's all brought to you by the Weber Automotive Group.
It's JC's Wayback Machine. Every Saturday night, 6 to 9 on NewstalkSTL.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint, formulated to outsmart the elements. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, mold or mildew. Our home exterior coatings intelligently designed to stand up to Mother Nature. Call 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Concerned about the condition of your windows driving up your energy bills? I was too. It's only called STL Windows and Doors. Their Provia windows combine old world craftsmanship the professional way, the Provia way, with over 65 years of combined experience, locally owned, offering competitive pricing and personalized service that the big box companies can't match. Call today for your free in-home estimate and start saving tomorrow. 314-277-5952 or stlwindowsanddoors.com.
KLGY